and we shall eat really good food.
Gang of misfits and dope addicts are here.
I wonder how many people remember that song and how many people like me, thought it was an odd choice to commemorate the marriage of Valerie Bertinelli and Eddie Van Halen.
Oh, is that right?
It's very odd. I'm not sure why you would pick.
If you think about it, it'll make sense.
Did you? I suspect that's really not the reason that you picked.
I always thought that was a strange pairing because they looked so much alike.
Yeah.
That is, you know, you mentioned that is true. Although I think it happens more often than not. I mean, look at Gina and her husband.
Yeah.
Gina, since you started shaving, you don't look as much like him.
Well,
I used to look more.
But
on this day,
yes,
I woke up at 2 a.m. and that was my earworm.
So now, did that purge it for you?
How in God's name would that be anybody's earworm? That's weird.
I don't know why my brain works this way.
Was there a Ferrari in a TV show you watched last night?
No.
No.
It's for those of you who don't know, that's Thomas Dolby.
Yeah. The song is, of course, the key to her Ferrari.
Oh yeah, so Aliens Ate My Buick.
Album Aliens Ate My Buick.
I was thinking the name of the song was Alien, but it's key to her Ferrari.
Yeah.
It's Thomas Dolby. He had a minute there. I think he's done.
Oh, he still produces.
Yeah, he's done a lot of stuff. Produces albums and probably movie soundtracks and all kinds of stuff.
He's quite talented. He's just known for She Blinded Me with Science. He's known as a one-hit wonder, but he's extremely talented.
Well, on our station, I think he was a two-hit wonder, wasn't
he? At least.
Yeah.
Oh,
what else did we play?
Well, we played One of Our Submarines is Missing.
Oh, yeah.
Blinded Me with Science.
Missing.
Hyperactive
was the one.
Yeah, Hyperactive was good. Europa and the Pirate Twins. Also, My Brain is Like a Sieve.
Oh, now that's my favorite.
That's
My Brain
also
is Like
from
a Sieve.
Aliens Ate My Buick.
I like that song.
Which, looking at the track list, is a fine little album.
Yeah. Well, hi. Good morning. Let me have a sip of Mill Creek coffee here.
That'll help everything.
Well, it may, because I come in here and I don't know, I get frustrated right off the bat, and it really upsets me. So Mill Creek coffee, let's see. You know, Mill Creek coffee, unlike other coffees.
Yes.
It does not jangle up. It soothes the nerves.
Really?
Mill Creek coffee, 9 out of 10 doctors agree, soothes the nerves. Mill Creek coffee. It's delicious.
That almost sounded like a commercial, Bill.
Well, you know.
Not just you having a sip of Mill Creek coffee. It sounded like a straight-ahead advertisement.
I was making fun of advertisements. That's why. It was a parody of an advertisement. But Mill Creek coffee, no parody here. It's delicious.
You know who doesn't understand advertisements? Orrin Hatch.
Most of the people. Well, that's a boner candidate. So
how?
That's a boner candidate. So save it.
I just don't understand.
Yeah, Orrin is a boner candidate, along with many of the other ancient crones who we have in the Senate. Well, I think it's crones as women, aren't they? Normally, so
usually.
Just ancient skeletal. Old men trying to question Mark Zuckerberg. But anyway, let's start the show officially in just a second. We need to see if you want to continue the check-ins. We do it just after 6 here, about 6:15 or so. We can't do it without your phone calls. 877-602-9696 is the number. And if you call in, we'll keep doing this feature. It's on your head.
It is.
If it ruins our show and our ratings continue to plummet, it's your guys. Really, opposition, spies from other radio stations. They ought to be like, what we ought to do? We can ruin that show. We'll have people call in. 877-602-9696. Share a little jewel, a little nugget from your day yesterday or whatever. And if you keep doing this, we'll keep...
You could get low moon tickets.
Okay. And then you could go to the low moon. I was outside, couldn't see the moon today. But not because my vision isn't great.
No.
It's because my vision is great because of Hoop's vision.
Why couldn't you see the moon?
I don't think it was
cloudy.
around. It was a little cloudy, and it's a small crescent anyway.
Oh, okay.
Hoop's vision, there are a lot of reasons for getting your eyes corrected so you don't have to wear glasses or contact lenses. One of them is that it's nice to see the moon without glasses or contacts, but you end up saving money because you don't have to buy glasses or contact lenses, and you just don't have to hassle with them. That's what's important. Hoop's Vision, if you're ready to learn more about LASIK or other vision correction procedures, because they do more than LASIK there. Oh, that's the most common thing. Call Hoop's Vision. You can schedule a free VIP consultation. And VIP consultation, we say that all the time, but what it means is it's very personal attention. I mean, they examine your eyes.
You'll have one person walk you through a series of tests. To see if you qualify, and more than likely you will qualify.
And this is free.
Free.
And also they have cookies a lot of times.
Yes.
So call Hoops Vision, ask about their 24-month zero-interest plan and See Clearly guarantee, 877-30-LASIK or 877-305-2745. On this week's Let's Go Eat Show, we talk to Saida Dahir. She is smart. She is charming. She is an activist. She's a slam poet. She's only 17. She and her generation are going to change the world. Find it at the letsgoeatshow.com.
Crater. Spell it with me now. Crater, C-R-A-T-E-R. And now we'll use it in some dialogue featuring that quintessential Utahn LeGrand R. Dunn and his son, LeGrand R. Dunn II, or LeGrand Jr., as the family calls him. Let's join them now as they stand in the line to see Santa Claus at the mall.
Now you remember, Junior, tell Santy nice and loud what you want for Christmas.
Okay.
But only ask for them inexpensive gifts that we already discussed betwixt the two of us.
I'm afraid of Santa Claus, Dad. He won't hurt me, will he?
Oh, no, of course not. As long as you don't ask him for them expensive gifts.
Okay.
You see that little boy over there with the broken arm?
Yeah.
He asked Sandy for one of them fancy video game thingers. Sandy has a lot of work to do at Christmas time, and he can get a little bit testy.
Well, how come Santa Claus gives us presents at Christmas time? I mean, Christmas is his birthday, not ours. We should give Santa Claus presents.
What? You think Christmas is Sandy Claus's birthday?
Yeah.
Oh, Lord, I knew I shouldn't have let you go to public school. I knew I should have kept up with that John and Vicky Singer home study plan. Christmas is not Sandy's birthday.
Well, whose birthday is it then?
Christmas is the birthday of Jesus Christ our Savior. And Jesus is the Son of God, the creator of the universe and the creator of everybody and everything that's in it.
Everybody? I mean, did God create Batman?
Yes.
And Barney?
Yes.
And Coral Malone? And you and me and Mommy and even Santa Claus?
He is the creator of all things.
So I guess if God and Santa Claus got in a fight, God would win then.
That's it. We are getting out of this line and we're going over to Temple Square right now. You have got some learning to do.
Yeah.
Condom. Condom. Spell it with me now. C-O-N-D-O-M. And now let's use it in some dialogue featuring those two Utah guys, LeVar and LeGrand. We join LeVar and LeGrand as they split a hot fudge sundae and have some postum down to the Snellgroves. Remember, the word of the day is condom.
Oh, ma'am, this is really some good hot fudge. Nobody does fudge like Snellgroves, don't you think, LeVar?
Yeah, I suppose.
Oh, and they make a mean cup of postum, don't they?
Yeah, I guess.
Well, of course, Leatherby's is pretty good, too, like you. Well, you like the Leatherby's, don't you?
Yeah, whatever.
Well, for heck's sakes, LeVar, what is your problem? You are as closed-mouthed as a clam today.
Oh, it's nothing against you, LeGrand. I'm just worried about my nephew Varnell. I'm afraid he's gonna have to get married, and he's just too young.
Why, what did he do? Did he get that little girl he was going with pregnant?
Well, she's knocked up all right, but it ain't Varnell's fault. He don't have no experience with women. He didn't know what he was doing. He's a good boy. Varnell is just a little bit knave in the ways of love and sex. He got her in the family way all right, but he was fooled by that little tramp Chanel. She conned him into it. He didn't want to have sex with her, but she conned him into it with those feminine spells and stuff. She conned him, LeGrand.
Now settle down, LeVar. I believe you. Same thing happened to me when I married Vernille. She used some kind of evil spell to get me to have sex with her, too. Well, not before we was married, of course. But she uses them spells on me now. For heck's sakes, I don't want to have sex with the woman, but somehow she gets me to rise to the deed.
Well, that's what happened with Varnell. I mean, that temptress conned him into the sex deed. I told him this would have been avoided if he'd just wore one of them little rubber things on the end of his tallywhacker. What do you call them things?
I just call them rubbers.
Well, if he'd have had on a rubber, she wouldn't have gotten pregnant, even if he weakened when she conned him into sex. Now, he's not going to be able to open that lawnmower and knife sharpening business he's dreamed of. His life is just over.
Oh, now have some more postum, LeVar.
877-602-9696 or text us at 33986. Message and data rates apply.
All right.
All right, let's officially begin the Radio from Hell show, I guess.
We can begin.
It's brought to you by Performance Autoplex, a massive selection of used between 3 stores in Bountiful. Every used car is certified. That's how a smile starts. Performance Autoplex in Bountiful.
I guess some people have called in, so we have to do check-ins, right?
Yes.
They just want the low moon tickets.
So 877-602-9696. There is one line open, so it's getting shaky now. The moon is almost completely obscured. Only 21.2% of the moon is visible right now. It is a waning crescent moon. The next full moon will be on April 29th. The moon will set today at 3:39 p.m., today being Wednesday. It's the 11th day of April in the year of our Lord 2018, and this is North America's nattiest radio broadcast. It's the Radio from Hell show, starring the Lords of Morning Radio, the natty Kerry Jackson.
Thank you.
The semi-natty Bill Allred. I got a haircut yesterday. And the always lovely Gina Marie Barberi. The producer of the show is Richie P. Stedman. Richie P. He's our He's our longtime producer. How could you forget? It's not Richie K. It's Richie P. You know, he goes around with a T-shirt, Richie P. Stedman. He's got the Richie P. website and all of that. He's a wonderful producer there. He's our blonde, blue-eyed. And
I've never met this person.
Dylan Allred, no relation, is also here doing video production for the show. You can see it at x96.com/live. And Nick, your buddy, Nick, your pal, is helping out today as well.
Check-ins brought to you by unlimited 1.5% cashback plus a $100 bonus with Power Cashback credit card from Security Service Federal Credit Union. Restrictions apply. Get details at ssfcu.org.
All right.
So
check-ins begin. Let's start with Dakota. Hi, Dakota.
Dakota, good morning.
Morning.
Now, didn't you expect that to be a woman's voice answering back?
Dakota's a boy's name.
Yeah, tell Dakota Fanning that, Gina.
She's the only
Would you get
girl
Dakota Fanning? Get Dakota Fanning on the line.
Most Dakotas you meet are boys.
That's not true.
Dakota, is that true?
Well, I mean, like, most of the Dakotas I know are boys.
Yeah.
So.
Well, that's because boys have the tendency to hang out with boys. How old are you, Dakota?
I'm 15.
15. And what do... could I ask you, Dakota, how did you come by listening to the Radio from Hell show?
So I started taking early morning classes and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So my dad would drop me off at class, and we'd listen to you every morning.
So it's your dad's show, and then you got sort of forced into it?
Oh, yeah, but I like it. Don't worry.
Oh, good. I'm glad you stepped out of the bathroom, Dakota.
Everyone's coming to class now.
I see. All right, we'll let you go. Did you have anything that you wanted to say to us specifically?
I just wanted to check in and say hi.
Hi.
Have a good day at school, Dakota.
Where do you go to school?
I go to Fort Harriman Middle School.
All right. Is that in Harriman?
Yeah.
Just asking.
Good guess.
All right. See you, Dakota. Thanks for
Dakota.
checking in.
Yeah.
And see, I anticipated female because there's a comic book character, Dakota North, in Marvel Comics. It's a girl, so I thought it was a girl, too. Let's see, Ian. Hello, Ian.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, Terry, Bill, Gina.
Hi, Ian.
What are you doing?
Now,
what are you doing?
Now,
my favorite call.
Let's give this guy some low moon tickets.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, let's see. It's a stateroom, right?
Yes.
Do you have to be 21 to do the show?
I think so.
Yeah, I think so. April 12th.
Are you 21?
I'm 31.
Okay. Well, then you can't have the tickets. You have to be 21.
Only 21.
Now, is the only reason?
Thank you very much for that.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Is there any other reason you called other than just to inquire
I called to check in.
Oh.
Okay, so check in and ask us what we're doing. Well, what we're doing.
See how you guys were doing. I just forgot my head there for a second, but no, I'm I just called to check in and let you guys know that I'm going to do my best to be 100% today for you guys.
Okay.
Oh, for us. Oh, that's nice of you.
That's very kind. And I think that's pretty hard to do when you're medicated, isn't it?
Yes.
No, yeah, it's hard to do when you're
Yeah.
in the position that I'm in.
Yeah.
Well, in the position you're in, do we dare go any further with
I
this?
think we leave it that. We think we leave it there.
Did we give him tickets or not?
Yes, Richie's thumbs upping. So.
We're going to give you some
Thanks,
tickets,
Ian.
so hang
All right,
on.
I'm going to put you on hold, get your information.
Favorite
Thank you.
call.
Thank you, Ian.
What do you guys do?
Heidi.
Good morning,
Hey.
Heidi.
Hey.
Good morning.
Yeah, Heidi, what's up with you?
Nothing. I was just calling to say hi and see how you guys are doing today.
Well, everybody's concerned about us today.
Well, maybe it was the copper mug chat that we kept having yesterday.
I have an addition to Copper Mug Chat.
What?
Heidi, did you hear Copper Mug Chat yesterday?
Well, I listened to you guys from like 6:30 until like 7 in the morning, so maybe I missed that.
You might have missed it. There's a big chat about copper mugs and what they're used for and where you get them and what kind you should. Do you have any position on copper mugs, Heidi?
Yeah, I usually get, there's like this donkey drink I get at the bar. I can't remember the name
Donkey-
of it, though,
Donkey
but it's really
punch.
good.
No, it's a Moscow
Yeah,
Mule.
something like that.
A
Yeah,
donkey
Moscow Mule.
Donkey drink.
Oh, wait.
Moscow Mule.
Oh, wait. A donkey punch is something entirely
That's
different.
entirely different.
Don't look it
Okay,
up.
well, that's good to know. Okay, well, I will look it up now that I'm really curious now.
Yeah, Moscow Mule. Gina has something. I saw your Twitter feed yesterday at RFH Gina.
Yeah, well, I was doing dishes and I was putting things away, and I noticed in the cabinet a gift I received from my sister a couple of years ago of copper mugs.
Yeah.
A couple of years ago.
This is Gina. She is so wealthy. She gets gifts and she just stashes them away and forgets about them.
And it still has the tag on
I
it
saw that.
because
Oh, my gosh.
oh, there's if you go to
X96.com/live.
there's a picture of my mug with the price tag.
Now, did you see
still on it.
Ivy from Booze Teak tweeted, Gina, I'm sorry, looking at those copper mugs, they're not good ones.
So it's a good thing I haven't used it.
Yeah. And you know what I took away from it?
What?
The mugs were $20 a piece apparently.
Yeah.
And what I took away from it was, oh, your sister is the one who goes to Sur La Table.
Yes.
All right.
Thanks, Heidi.
We got to go, Heidi. Bye-bye. Tana from St. Louis. Hello.
Yes, go ahead.
Good morning, lords and ladies.
Good morning.
You're the photographer, correct?
I am.
And what TV station do you work for, Tana?
I work for Fox 2 News in St. Louis, but not to be affiliated with Fox News.
What's the big story in St. Louis these days?
Partial gag order on the Greitens case, Governor Greitens.
Oh, yeah. He's now.
Oh, apparently no. Here's the interesting thing about this.
He's the revenge porn governor, right?
No, well, yeah.
Yeah.
But apparently she's saying now, maybe I dreamt the whole thing.
What?
You haven't seen that follow-up?
Mm-mm.
She's backtracking big time.
So, Tana, tell me if we have the story right. Governor Greitens he's not been in, he's a Democrat. He hasn't been in office.
No.
He's a Republican?
No, he is a Republican.
Okay. So
hardcore Republican.
He hasn't been in office very long. And a woman came forward and said that they had an affair, a consensual affair. But he had some pictures of her that he said he was going to show people if she did come forward, right?
So basically what it is that she had a conversation with her ex-husband, or at that
Oh,
point,
that's right,
husband.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
And he recorded the whole thing because in Missouri, it's legal to have a one-party recording and
Right.
the other party not know about it. So he recorded her talking about this whole entire incident. He then, when it broke a few months ago or whenever, he then broke the case with one of our rival stations here and broke the case and basically spilled the whole beans on the whole thing.
Yeah.
She didn't want to come forward, but basically what happened is that she was cutting his hair. She's a stylist.
Okay.
She was cutting his hair.
Yeah.
They got together, and she was blindfolded during this
Sexual romp? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
right. And he had put a cover over her head, and she said that there was a flash of light. And so she thought that he had taken a picture, and then she said he had said that
Somebody stepped on the cat.
If you tell anybody,
Tana, we got to wrap it up here.
We're
I'm
late.
sorry,
We gotta
Tana,
go.
we're late.
Sorry.
We'll talk about it coming up in the news,
right.
and Gina will fill us in
Bye-bye.
some more. Thanks
So
for
there you
listening.
go. Okay.
Thanks, Tana.
Sorry.
Bye.
Sorry I had to cut that off, but we're done here.
Yeah.
Thanks for checking in. We got a ton of text, a ton of chat room. Sorry, don't have time.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Big boy news coming up. Also, things that must go. Stand by. Oh, traffic, yes.
Yeah, there's not. We're good. Move on.
Oh, okay.
Keep going.
Well, hell, all right. All right, we got to tell you about ranlife.com.
Ran Life, there's this grant money.
Melon. Melon. Spell it with me now. M-E-L-O-N. And now we'll use it in some dialogue featuring our good Utah friend, LeVar. LeVar has gone to the post office on an errand for his neighbor, LeGrand R. Dunn. Let's listen as LeVar steps up to the clerk's window at the post office. Again, the word is melon.
Next! Next! You, there, the man with the baggy overalls and the wide tie. No, not you. You, the wide tie with the palm trees and the hula girls on it.
Who, me?
Yes, you're next. Would you step up to the window here, sir?
Sure, I'm coming. What's your danged hurry?
The U.S. mail doesn't wait, sir.
Okay, well, keep your shirt on. I'm here.
Yes, I see that, and still, I wait for you to state your purpose.
Well, I don't know about that. I just came here on an errand for my friend. I don't got no purpose.
Fine. What errand are you on for your friend?
My friend, LeGrand R. Dunn, needs to send something to his boy who's on a mission in Scotland, okay?
Yes, that's fine.
I think it is. Scotland's a real nice place, they say. But I hear them Scots are pretty hard to convert. They's big drinkers, you know. That's where Scotch comes from. And McDonald's, too, now that I think about it.
How may I help you, sir?
Well, let me see. I got the note from LeGrand here in my pocket somewhere. Let me, it's got what he wanted me to get for him written on it. If I could just find it.
Look,
here.
sir, I'm going to have to ask you to step aside for a moment until you're ready, okay? We got tons of people waiting here, and we're real busy.
Well, just keep your panties on. I got it right. Yeah, it's right here. Here it is. My friend LeGrand needs a melon tube.
Sorry? He needs
a melon tube. He sent me here to buy him a melon tube.
Well, perhaps you'd be better off running your errand at the Western Garden Center then.
You postal workers has got a real funny sense of humor. No, he needs a melon tube to send something to his boy.
Sir, we're prohibited from sending produce overseas.
No, it ain't produce. It's a poster with the articles of faith on it. He don't want to fold it up. He wants to roll it up and put it in a tube and mail it, and that's why
Next!
he needs a melon. What about my melon tube?
This is a .44 Magnum, the most powerful handgun in the world, and it will blow your head clean off. Now, you've got to ask yourself one question. Do I feel lucky? Well, do ya, punk?
You know, I think he memorized all of them articles of faith to get his CTR ring. Anywho, I'll just, don't you worry about it. I'll just be on my way, okay? Next! Who's next? Don't keep this man waiting. Who's next? Claps. Claps. Spell it with me now. C-L-A-P-S. Claps. And now we'll use it in some dialogue starring as our two Utah men, LeVar and LeGrand. We join the boys now at the Ward Cultural Hall as they take in a revival of the great theatrical production Saturday's Warrior. As the show nears its climax, LeGrand R. Dunn becomes highly emotional. Again, the word is claps. Let's listen.
Oh, this is such an uplifting show, LeVar. And this is the most uplifting moment in the whole Saturday's Warrior production.
I have to admit, LeGrand, I too am stirred. That girl who plays Julie Flinders has a way about her. She's a nice-looking young woman. I am stirred.
Oh, she found her true spiritual mate. And they're gonna have a wonderful life together, and they'll have a big brood of kids, too. No abortions for them. Oh, that evil Mac. That son of perdition, he'll never have influence on them.
A girl like that you wouldn't mind having an influence on, though.
I have never experienced a theatrical moment like this before, LeVar. I think I'm having some palpitations.
I, too, am experiencing some palpitations, LeGrand. I wonder if the girl playing Julie's single.
I'm feeling faint, LeVar.
Grand?
Everything's going to gray.
You okay?
I think I'm gonna collapse. Oh, I'm gonna collapse. Help! Catch me, LeVar. I'm gonna collapse.
LeGrand, get up. You're embarrassing me. Wake up. Oh, my heck, he's out cold. Somebody call a paramedic. Is there a doctor in the house? Anybody know CPR? My friend LeGrand said he's going to collapse, and he did. He collapsed. Somebody help. Wake up. Wake up.
Oh, LeVar, get help. Don't let me pass through the veil to the other side.
Oh, you just fainted, puss boy.
All right, 6:36. We got things that must go coming up, but right now, big boy news and opinioendo brought to you by.
Get unlimited 1.5% cash back plus a $100 bonus with Power Cashback Credit Card from Security Service Federal Credit Union. Restrictions apply. Get details at ssfcu.org.
Now, I thought this was this story for you, Gina, here. I thought this was a different story or the same. So you remember a woman driving drunk with a homeless guy in the windshield of her car?
Oh, yeah, that's a classic.
Now, that seemed to me it happened a long time ago.
It did. Well, maybe it happened more than once.
Or, yeah, maybe this is a different story. I'm really not sure. Because there are details here that I don't remember. A California woman who reportedly drove nearly a mile drunk with a homeless man stuck in her windshield.
Oh, no, you're thinking of the one that drove all the way home and parked in the garage.
Yeah.
That was the old story.
Right.
So this
Okay,
must
this
be
is a new one.
a new story.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so she drove nearly a mile with with a homeless man. She drove drunk with a homeless man stuck in her windshield. She has been convicted in court of murder. Her name is Stacy Sanchez. She was found guilty of killing Jack Tenholzen when she hit him with her car in July of 2016 in Oceanside. He was on the sidewalk, by the way.
On the sidewalk.
Yeah. Now,
Oh,
listen
man.
to these details. Prosecutors say that Ms. Sanchez went on an all-night drinking bender before she got behind the wheel of her Pontiac to drive home. Mr. Tenholzen, a transient, was walking on the sidewalk when Sanchez reportedly swerved and hit him with such force that his leg was severed.
Oof.
The appendage was catapulted through the back window and landed on the trunk of the car.
Oh.
The rest of his body was sent flying through the windshield, where he remained lodged as she drove for about a mile more and then parked and left the scene.
Wow.
Police said the man bled to death inside the abandoned car. The jury deliberated for a day before finding Ms. Sanchez guilty of murder. Now that's something you would see in a movie.
Yeah.
You know,
The
you would
leg
see,
on the back
and
and
it would, like if Quentin Tarantino did it, it would be to comic effect.
Probably.
You know what I mean? You'd see the leg in slow motion,
Well, he did.
spinning, and
He did quite a bit of that stuff in
Yeah.
Death Proof, but
Yeah.
he never, I don't think he's ever had anything like that.
Well, I mean, I'm just imagining that
Yeah.
it might do that.
Yeah.
Now, I found that Governor Greitens story, and then we'll get to World War III.
Yeah.
Which is
Just a little thing.
Which is apparently,
It'll be a nice distraction from the whole
which is apparently coming up
impeachment
soon.
mess.
Well, Let's
yes.
talk about Governor Greitens because
Sorry.
Tana from St. Louis was trying to explain that story, and here is the latest. Goaded by an escalating war of words in recent days, a St. Louis judge has issued a gag order severely restricting the release of new details about Governor Eric Greitens' 2015 affair and the aftermath of that affair. St. Louis Circuit Judge Rex Burleson's order follows a volley of public statements from all sides in the case, including prosecutors and lawyers for Greitens, his former lover, and her now ex-husband. On Sunday, defense lawyers claimed in a court filing that Greitens' former lover may have only dreamed that she saw Greitens with a camera or a phone, after he allegedly took a nude picture of her without her consent in March of 2015. But they also alleged that the pair had an intimate session via FaceTime 3 months later. The filing was obtained by reporters before it was available through the court's website.
So even if he didn't take a picture of her, he was married, she was married, they had an affair. The affair is not in dispute.
No, and I mean, you know, that the voters might forgive, but maybe this revenge porn or blackmail porn, that's another thing. A lawyer for the woman's ex-husband said that lawyers for both Greitens and his former lover were interviewed by reporters. Oh, the ex-husband has been deposed. So that's where the case is now. Now, the judge ordered a gag order on her.
Stop talking, because that's how we know about the dream thing.
Yeah, just stop.
Yeah.
Stop.
You keep talking. Stop doing that.
All right, let's get to it. You remember Donald Trump being very critical of President Obama when Donald Trump was running for president, saying, we signal our moves, we're signaling when we're going to go in and do things militarily. We keep signaling that. We should keep stuff secret and just do it before anybody knows about it. We should keep everything secret. U.S. President Donald Trump has warned Russia that of imminent military action in Syria over a suspected poison gas attack, declaring missiles are going to be coming, and lambasting Moscow for standing by Syrian President Bashar Assad. Trump was reacting to a warning from Assad's main ally, Russia, on Tuesday that any U.S. missiles fired at Syria over the deadly assault on a rebel enclave would be shot down and the launch sites targeted. Russia vows to shoot down any and all missiles fired at Syria. Well, get ready, Russia, because they'll be coming, nice and new and smart.
Listen, I need you to stop looking at what's happening with my attorney and Stormy Daniels. I need you to look at that bright light over there. That bright light that's a nuclear explosion.
I don't care why he's doing it. Even if there was nothing else going on, this is madness.
Yes,
this is absolute madness.
Yep.
At the White House, there are reports that Donald Trump is breaking down.
Good. I mean, not good if he starts a war.
No,
but
not good. Not good. Outside the White House, President Trump grinned for some selfies with Alabama's Crimson Tide. This is a story in the failing liberal New York Times.
Yes.
Grinned for selfies with Alabama's Crimson Tide, telling the college football champions that they had beaten their rivals so brutally, you flat out made them quit. A feat he said he knew something about himself. Because it always has to be about me.
Everything.
Inside the White House, Mr. Trump, furious after the FBI raided his longtime personal lawyer, Michael D. Cohen, spent much of the day brooding and fearful and near what two people close to the West Wing described as meltdown.
He had 3 Big Macs yesterday.
Wow.
Trump's public and private wrath about the special counsel's investigation into Russia meddling in the 2016 election are nothing new, but the raids on Monday on Mr. Cohen's Rockefeller Center office and Park Avenue hotel room have sent the president to new heights of outrage, setting the White House on edge as it faces a national security crisis in Syria and internal staff problems. On Tuesday, top White House aides described themselves as deeply anxious. You got that? Top White House aides. We are deeply anxious over the prospect that the president might use the treatment of his lawyer as a pretext to fire Robert Mueller, the special counsel. And they're also worried about Donald Trump's dealing with Syria.
Yep.
And Russia.
Because you've got Bolton now who would just love to start lobbing bombs at something.
Bolton's all about, first strike.
By the way, the lawyer, Cohen, I heard some people talking about who know him, and there are other lawyers and other people saying, he's I've heard him described as a Ray Donovan type, a fixer for President Trump.
Yeah.
Although people who know him say, yeah, that's probably true, but when you meet him and talk to him, he's a very nice guy. He's very,
I like Ray Donovan.
very nice.
Well, and I've heard the opposite, is that he's kind of a brute and thinks he imagines himself as kind of a mobster type.
The LDS Church on Tuesday appeared to come out against a ballot initiative that would legalize medical marijuana. a move that followed opposition by Governor Herbert and the powerful Utah Medical Association. In a 2-paragraph statement, the LDS Church, condemned the Utah Medical Association for issuing its own recent statement They commended the Utah Medical Association for saying that they oppose medical marijuana. And the LDS Church says, we respect this wise counsel of the medical doctors of Utah. Well, the Utah Medical Association has come out against it. I think if you polled the medical doctors of Utah about medical marijuana, you would find a different story.
You know who also turned over a new leaf on this?
Who?
John Boehner.
On medical marijuana?
On medical marijuana. John Boehner issued a statement yesterday. Says, my attitude on this has evolved.
Did he issue that statement because he was thinking people still listened to him and cared?
Yes, I don't know.
And cared?
Exactly.
Yeah. All right. Is that it? Time already?
Yeah. Well,
I still haven't gotten to my Liza Minnelli story.
Sports weather traffic.
It's the news you trust from the most experienced team in Utah. 2 News. Check out the new KUTV.com. I am mad I didn't watch the Jazz game last night.
Well,
what happened?
Apparently it was just a bowl over. It was just
119-79 over Golden State.
Oh, they beat.
So
Now,
it wouldn't have been a very entertaining game.
But the energy of it. It was a sellout crowd, like over 18,000 people at Vivint. And Golden State didn't have anything to lose, really.
No. Which is what I came in to say is Golden State
don't pee on it. I
mean, they killed it. Donovan
You
Mitchell
just did. Let him do it.
Donovan Mitchell looked awesome.
Yeah.
And
he broke a record.
3-point record for rookies.
Which was very cool. But Golden State went.
It didn't. They were there. Golden State was laying up because why get hurt or do anything?
And the players are all basically fairly friendly usually. I think the Golden State Warriors were saying, "Hey, you guys, why don't you go ahead, have a good game for a home crowd?
Sure,
have a good game.
Give them a good show.
Go ahead, pound us." It was like the Harlem Globetrotters against the Washington Generals.
But it's still fun, and it's good for the Jazz story this season.
Yeah.
Now they're on the road tonight in Portland. Let's see, the Real Salt Lake. They're actually playing tonight. They play New York City tonight at 5:00. That's sports. Weather, we've got spotty sprinkles today, but still very warm. 69 for yesterday was the warmest day of the year. Today will be almost as warm, 69. Carrie's going to want to say how horrible it's going to be the next couple of days.
Saying be ready because, you break out your shorts, you get used to wearing them, you wake up the next day, it's snowing,
So far, I've got all green cameras on the UDOT website. No slowage or accidents to report. And if you see something, let me know. Text it to us, 33986.
All right. Is this sponsored?
Yes, with Del Taco's 2 for menu, you can pair any 2 classic burritos for just $5. Try the Del Combo and Classic Grilled Chicken Burrito only at Del Taco. Participation may vary.
Things that must go on the radio. From Hell Show.
These are things that are bugging you, our dear friends of the program. We would love you to send these to us. Send Must-Goes to us via email is the best way to do it. Send your email to radiofromhell@x96.com. Put Must Go in the subject line. And then in the body of the text, tell us what's bugging you, what you think must go. Simple enough. And it might make you feel better.
Yeah.
Listen, I'll start. I have one of my own, and I'm going to do this as a must-go, but maybe somebody can explain it to me.
Okay.
So I'm pretty sure that you won't know about this, Gina, but I'm pretty sure that when you go into a men's restroom and you use the commode, there's the flip down toilet seat, and there's a break in that toilet seat. So it's just so the toilet seat is just a big ring. It doesn't connect all the way.
Okay, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
That?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that can go because I think it's designed for being able to urinate into the commode with the seat still down if you want to. But nobody does that.
No.
You wouldn't do that, and it wouldn't work very well. You'd still probably spray something on the seat.
Okay.
I can think of no other reason that thing is there, and I think I was told once that's why it's there. It should just go. Just have a regular toilet seat with the ring full around.
Okay.
It irritates me every time I see it.
Okay.
All right. Now, this must go. Hello, dear sirs of X96, Radio from Hell. Stars. There we go. My name is Joseph. I'm a Republican, and I love listening to your show every morning. These are my things that must go. Republicans like Jason Chaffetz, who act like the term Democrat is a political equivalent of the Antichrist. People who use the term leftist in a truly abrasive manner. Gross phrases like libutard. Those
I
must
hate
go.
that one.
Just because a Democrat opposes a bill doesn't mean it's a terrible idea. I can't even have a discussion with certain Republicans with whom I agree because of how they lace up their side of the argument with statements of how Democrats are terrible humans. Number two, Democrats with a similar thought process to the aforementioned Republicans. Everyone at my wife's work is a Democrat except for her. That would be fine, except they get each other riled up, and before the day's gone, they're all talking about how all Republicans are ruining their homes and their lives and the nation. Not all Republicans think Donald Trump is the greatest president. I doubt these Democrats would walk out of a Marvel movie if you knew one half of the crowd was Republican. So why is it hard for them to talk about anything such as Marvel movie without ostracizing Republicans in the room? They start talking about Marvel movies and it gets into the deterioration of the Republicans.
Listen, I never started, okay? But if y'all started, I'll finish it.
So apparently you're talking to Carrie.
If they started, I'll finish it.
Thanks for letting me listen. Make mine a Mountain Dew, and Gina, you make the show even more delightful. Let's see. So I don't take up too much time. I'll just do one more of these. How about this one?
All right.
My only thing that must go is the billboard on I-15 heading to Provo that shows a Marine kneeling on one knee with his gun pointed at some unknown target. And the tagline is, Marines, we fight to win. My only thought is, well, I sure as hell hope so. Does anybody fight to lose? Are other branches of the military not fighting to win? It makes no sense. And who has been questioning the Marines that they needed to clarify this?
Nobody.
I've never been in a fight myself, and admittedly would probably get the crap beaten out of me, but I would still be fighting to win. This sign is useless, and it must go. All right. Gina?
This from, you can use my name, Meredith. Things that must go. Yard sale websites on Facebook where people sell garbage.
Yeah.
No one needs some beat-up stove you're trying to sell for $50. Someone selling the last of her size 2 diapers for $15. Donate it to a shelter.
Yeah.
Don't sell that stuff.
Really true.
Yep.
I have one. You guys won't understand this, but
all right.
Makeup that has the color of it on the side of the makeup, and it wears off as you're using it, like the container.
Label. Yeah.
And you want to buy that same color again, but the label is worn off and you don't know what it is. You should always put the color on the bottom of.
Sure.
Am I making myself clear?
No, I understand that. Yeah. I would just suggest if that happens often. Does it happen often? Make a note of it.
Yeah,
write it down.
I like this, but I can't remember what color it is, and it wore off.
Well, write it down.
And then finally, this one, things that must go. Heart hands.
Oh yeah.
I think it's only adorable when Deadpool does it.
Okay. Carrie?
All right. This one, I keep getting, emails and tweets and things like that, and I've even overheard it.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see that Han Solo movie trailer?
Yes.
Yeah, it was
really
pretty cool looking. Yeah, but I'm worried about it.
Don't stop. Shut up.
What? And I say, why are you worried about it? Well, they switched directors. Look, if you didn't know that, you'd go and you'd probably enjoy it anyway.
I didn't know they switched directors. Yeah. I'm worried about it.
No.
And Pablo Hidalgo summed it up great on Twitter. Says, remember as kids in the 80s when we'd take our BMXs down to the old quarry grounds, look for frogs in the nearby bogs, and vigorously debate the implications of Variety's weekly box office Cume reports?
Yeah.
You didn't think about that.
No.
Let the 9-year-old take over in your brain and go see the movie. Don't think about it. This one also from me, people getting upset because I didn't know something about their lives. But I put it on Facebook, they say.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah. Sorry. Not all of us
How could you have missed that?
Not all of us are there 24/7.
Yeah, right.
You know, I'm going to miss it. Yep. Don't be mad that I missed it. Understand that I missed it, and then bring me in. All right?
Well, if post it, Kerry, when you miss it. Make sure you post it.
Yeah, exactly. This one from, please don't use my name. Naming kids Axel. And that's
Axel's a fine name.
That's all.
Well, I don't know about
Seth
that.
Meyers named his baby that was born in the lobby.
Is there a lot of
That's
Axels?
Axel.
Is there like a surge in Axels these days?
I think so.
All right.
Seth Meyer, the baby was born in the lobby of his apartment building. He should have named him, Elevator.
Elevator?
They all have elevators, the apartment buildings, Gina. If you've been in New York, you'd know that. Front desk. Doorman. They should have named him Doorman.
Doorman!
Doorman Myers.
Doorman Stephen Myers, you get over here.
Right. I
right
think wouldn't that be good?
Yeah.
What's wrong with it? Doorman's a perfectly
Doorman.
fine name.
How about, let's see, I know, a front doormat. Doormat. There's a doormat in front of it. No?
No.
All right. And then finally this one from Kelly in Regina, Saskatchewan. I think that's the birthplace of Ryan Reynolds. Trigger warning for Kerry. I don't want him to read this and have the same thing happen to him.
Uh-oh.
All right.
You're brave, Kerry, for going ahead.
Good morning, Lords of Morning Radio. I had a pretty good life up until recently when an event occurred on your show that has impacted me terribly.
Uh-oh.
A few weeks ago, for whatever reason, you discussed the Oak Ridge Boys and played a clip of their song, American Made.
Oh, I know.
This song that I hadn't even thought of for 1 second in the last 30 years. But now I pray for 1 second of sweet relief from it playing over and over in my head. I don't suffer from earworms any worse than the next person, but this song has not only become an earworm, but a ear tapeworm. It has wrapped itself thoroughly throughout my entire body. Please, Radio from Hell, do whatever you can to make this never-ending nightmare stop. Longtime listener of 18 years from Canada, but of course...
My baby is American made, born and bred in the USA, from her silky long hair to her sexy long legs. My baby is American made.
I have to apologize. I'm the one who brought it up because I had heard the song earlier in the morning and was talking about it, and then Kerry had to play it, of course.
Maybe we purged it just now. Maybe.
Kelly, it has been an earworm in my experience as well, and I'm terribly sorry, but there you go. It's just a long-time listener of 18 years in Canada, but of course the show would never work outside of Utah, so there you go.
Things that must go on the radio. From Hell Show.
Just a little bit of slowage northbound I-15 through the Draper and Sandy area, but that appears to just be normal stuff for this time in the morning, and no accidents to report. You can report something if you see it. Text it to us 33986. Wreck your ride. Trust Everest Collision to put your needs on top. Download the Everest Collision app and start your claim. They'll take it from there with locations in Salt Lake, Sandy, Tooele, Ogden, or everestcollision.com.
All right, coming up next, the reason that the toilet seats are U-shaped.
Okay, we'll find that.
We have discovered that.
And also
drunk text.
I get drunk text and drunk phone called occasionally by a member of our staff.
And
I'll tell you about that.
Round one of your boner voting as well, coming up.
Hi, I'm Todd Newcomb, and I'm into trains and railroads and model railroading. So much so that I started a new podcast. Check out the Railroad Roll-By Podcast. On the new episode, my co-host Sean Norris and I talk about how you can buy your own caboose, and we chat about Union Pacific's new infrastructure investment here in Utah. The Railroad Roll-By Podcast for casual train and model railroad fans and hardcore foamers. Available on iTunes, Google Play, Spreaker, and X96.com.
Our friend.
Baseball
announcer extraordinaire.
I've had people asking me about Lionel. What's happened to him?
The season started again, and he got another job. He announces baseball on radio stations, and
he keeps getting jobs because he's really good at it.
He is excellent at it. He's very colorful. He loves the players, is the thing. He really, really, really loves baseball players. Really.
Yeah.
A lot.
You'll see what we mean.
This is the latest tape he sent me. He got fired again. And this is what happened. This is the last one that he was at. Here you go. You tell me if he deserved firing or not. I don't know.
So we're set to go here in the third. And what a beautiful day for baseball it is. Like a day in the park, folks. The athletes like cuddly little pets, frolicking, running, jumping, chasing, and retrieving balls. Furry, fuzzy fellas. So here comes Davis now, 0 for 1 today, flying out to right in the first. Notice the way Davis likes to sway back and forth, foot to foot at the plate. The first offering from Lee, fastball strike in the outside corner, 0-1. And as Davis teeter-totters back and forth, one can't help but notice the up and down motion of each cheek of his finely toned hind end. Like two pistons in a perfectly timed machine, lubed with oils and perspiration for maximum viscosity. Lee set now, kicks and fires, breaking ball low, 1-1. They call it the show, folks, and no wonder. Davis very muscular. Also, one of the unfortunate individuals involved in the steroid controversy, being questioned by league officials. Of course, Davis denies it. The 1-1 pitch, just inside ball 2. I don't personally know much about steroids. I know in most cases they're taken via hypodermic needle. And I'm of the opinion, folks, that if a player wants to stick something in his hind end or have a fellow teammate poke him in the rear, so be it. Who are we to judge? If it helps the game, bend me over and stick it in.
And so then that's when they went to commercial at that point, and
they fired him.
Then they fired him.
He doesn't get it.
Now, was it his comments about steroids? Is that what the problem was?
That must be it.
Yeah.
You know what
He sounds pro-steroid. And
You know what the problem is that he needs a color man.
He does. He needs someone in there with him.
He's doing it all by himself.
He needs to do the play-by-play.
I mean,
he needs somebody to do the color.
I think he's capable of doing. Well, he does both. I think perfectly.
Yeah, he does both, but he needs to.
I'm going to continue to send these to Larry Miller, and hopefully we can get him hired for the Bees. Because
you just like him in town.
Yeah, I think he's an excellent. He's an excellent announcer.
I think we got enough of his kind in this town.
RFH Gina, Radio from Hell on X96.
Provo Ogden y Lalo a su lado, es X96 con Kerry Pelicina, Radio del Infierno en la mañana.
Seems everything I buy these days has got a foreign name.
We're just rubbing it in, aren't we?
Did we get the toilet situation figured out?
Oh, sorry.
all
That's
right.
not supposed to happen yet. Sorry.
So so one of my must-goes was that they should get rid of the U-shaped toilet seat. They don't have those in the women's bathroom, do they, Gina?
No.
They don't?
Yeah. See,
Well, I mean, not here. If you're in general.
Well,
yeah.
now let me
sure.
just read this then. Okay.
All right.
The original purpose of the U-shaped seat, according to Lynn Simnick, Senior Director of Code Development for the International Association of Plumbing and Mechanical Officials, was to aid women. Simnick explains that the open seat was designed to allow women to wipe, I'm not going to get into the details, wipe after using the toilet without contacting a seat that might be unhygienic. Simnick notes that while women were originally intended for the beneficiaries of the U-shaped seat requirement, men also benefit. The design eliminates an area that could be contaminated with urine and eliminates the user's contact with the seat. So that's why they are required. Public toilet seats are required to be U-shaped.
In both men's and women's?
Yes.
Huh. Well, there you go.
So there you go.
All right. Well, I'm glad I brought it up as a must-go. That might
We learned something.
satisfy.
Now you know. And knowing is half the battle.
That's right.
G.I. Joe.
So there is a certain member of our staff who will go unnamed, who occasionally sees fit to either drunk, phone call, or text me.
I think it's interesting she does that for you because she doesn't do that for you, Carrie, right?
I'm glad.
I was not going, Gina, I wasn't even going to reveal the gender of said person.
I knew Carrie was going to play that.
Yeah.
Well, that could be anybody.
Could be anybody.
So at 11:47 p.m., when I am long asleep, Monday, I believe, Monday night, and I didn't see this until, so it didn't wake me up. I have my phone on mute. So I saw it the next morning. I got this text. Are you aware that they've done away with the little red stick in the Ritz snack pack? This is devastating. I think this definitely qualifies as a boner of the day or year or century.
They've done away with.
Yeah, now it took me for a couple of minutes.
I know what she
means. It
means.
took me a couple of minutes to puzzle out what she meant.
Yeah.
And then I thought, because I haven't eaten one of those for years. So when you get the Ritz snack pack, it's like Ritz crackers, and then it's that
little cup of peanut butter
or cheese, either cheese. And there was always just a little red stick in there that you could use to spread it. And they've done away with it. Now you just have to take the cracker and kind of dig into the
cracker
cheese,
breaks up.
Yeah,
It will.
Or get a
knife,
or something. But so I thought, well, okay,
that should be a
big deal, right?
No, it's
a huge deal. You go to Twitter, and there is a whole. I mean, there are people just going off on it.
Because the point of those packs is that you pack them in a lunch when you don't have utensils or anything, and
it's if you go to well, I know it's hashtag handy snacks, I guess. Listen. Thank you to everyone who came out to a fan appreciate. Oh no, wait, this is a different one. I just discovered that red spreader stick is not in my cheese and crackers on purpose. I need the red stick back now, says somebody. In honor of that, you should have a snack right now, but don't do it because the red stick is gone. Where is my red stick? People are just going on and on about this.
I can see.
It no longer makes the snack handy.
No.
You know,
that's right.
The whole point of that packaging is on the go. It's handy.
The peanut butter is too thick to dip.
Yeah,
the cracker
even the
in.
cheese.
It will break up.
Now everyone, Gina, everybody's doing. It's the Ritz one seems to be. Everyone says that it's the cheese. You know, every single one of these, it's cheese.
They have them for peanut.
Yeah, that's the ones I always had.
But yeah, so I bought the Costco size Ritz handy snacks. The stick is not there. Why? I understand the outrage. Well, I understand being mildly inconvenienced by this and maybe going, well, that sucks. But But for people to just go on social media and go off on that is amazing to me.
Now, people are saying that they have changed the consistency of the cheese so you can just dip the crackers. So they made it more of a liquefied cheese.
Like a queso.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
Dylan, we need to get on this. This is your department, I think.
Crackers and cheesy dip.
Our snack expert.
It's Ritz crackers and cheesy dip. Maybe send Nick out to get a package of them.
Let's go to the snack desk.
You can buy a whole box with 12 snack packs in it. I'll give you some money.
We'll cover this all day if we have to.
We will. I'll be on this story all day. Listen, but I feel like you're not being very empathetic. Imagine yourself. It's like Friday night. You got home from the bar.
No.
You have a couple more drinks because you've already started. You make it to bed. On your way, you grab 5 or 6 of those packets of crackers.
To have in bed?
Exactly.
To have in bed.
An arm, you load up your arm with them.
To have in bed.
And you collapse into bed, and you're done. You know you're not getting up again. And you go to open the cheese and the little cracker, and there's no red stick.
No.
Now,
it's the worst thing in the world.
This staff member who described it to me
It was
said...
me. I sent you that. I'm sorry.
No, I know. It was she, now that we've... She said, at first, I thought I just couldn't see it. And I was kind of going, where? I can't see
Have
it.
I dropped it?
And then she said, I started looking around for it on the table and stuff. Where did it go? It must be there somewhere. And then she said, I guess it's not. And then she said, well, I'll open another one. Maybe they left it out. Maybe they left it out of this one. So she opened another one. She went, there's not one in there. Then she said, I opened one more.
Because you grab a few.
Just to be sure.
No adult's eating one of those snacks.
Just to be sure.
Especially a drunk one.
And here's more. Please mention that the new cheese is gross. I bought a whole Costco pack, and my kids won't even eat them because the new cheese is gross.
Can we go get some of those? Would Nick run to the store and get
There's
those?
a little like bodega right over here that
sure
should be open right about this time.
I bet we can make that happen.
Yeah. So I'm just curious because I love Ritz. Now I don't ever really. I mean, I knew that's why it took me a second to puzzle it out because I don't remember the last time I ate one of these. But yeah. So I guess I can understand again being mildly upset, but to just
I completely get it.
It just completely negates the whole handy snack thing.
It was a wonderful. Your night was going to end on a positive note. You were in bed with your snacks.
Because now now you
got to get your fingers dirty.
I was going to say, if you're thinking ahead, you got to pack some sort of knife with the snack.
Yeah, that
but
defeats the whole purpose.
The way you're doing it, yes. No. If you're just there and
Now she said. So I said, so what did you do? And she said, well, I just dipped the cracker in the cheese, but you can't. I said, well, it's okay, right? And she said, yeah, but you can't spread it. You want to spread it.
I want to spread it.
Because you want it evenly distributed.
I may want to make a little sandwich.
Good cracker. Good cracker.
All right.
I'm going to assemble a team and get on this, guys.
Get to the bottom of it.
Here's some money.
Yes.
Let's go get these.
Live from the snack desk, Dylan Allred.
And people have put pictures here of this. And I have to say, the cheese does look awful.
Between this and the copper mug thing,
What do you don't need a 20? I gave you $10.
And we're going to get peanut butter. And you have to get at least 3 boxes, so we're getting a 6-pack of each.
This is his dinner tonight.
And
all right.
No, I can't. I don't need stuff.
He's gonna keep the change. I know.
Thank you, friend of the program, that said there's a huge truck tire in the middle of 47 Southwest exit on I-215. It almost took me out.
Richie's going to go get it and sell it online.
Yeah, apparently Richie's been selling things for $10 on Facebook. That's the only thing, though. It looks like we're having pretty good traffic morning. Nice job, everybody.
All right.
Here are your...
Thanks, Mom.
Here, Gina's in charge of traffic, Good work. Here are your boner candidates coming up. Boner candidate number 1, sure, you can work here for nothing. Boner candidate number 2, gang, who wants smoke? And boner candidate number 3, Senator, we run ads.
All right. Round 1 of your boner voting coming up after these, along with big boy news and opinioendo.
It's the Downrange Podcast.
Yeah, hi, I'm John Smith, and I host the weekly podcast called Downrange, which is a weekly podcast about guns and gear, dropped every Thursday on the Broadway Media Podcast Network.
Now, I got this email from Marianne Daly. And it says, Hi, Bill, longtime friend of the program. Listen and love the show. Nothing makes me my morning better. I work from home, so I always have the radio on, and more often than not, find myself laughing really, 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 really hard out loud, of course. I identify with you most of the time of the three. So it says, anyway, Marianne goes on to say, I'm writing lately due to the interns. I really enjoyed the interview you did with Matt. What a smart, charming, and funny man.
I didn't know I was on the webcam.
She didn't say anything about the way you looked at
okay.
this point. Smart, charming, and funny. Shows real interest in radio. He's one to keep around.
Really?
Keeper.
Oh, and he brought you Patron Silver. He rocks. He also has that radio voice. Forget that Guthrie guy. Oh no, it says Gumthrie.
Gunthrie?
Yeah, forget Gumthrie.
That's Guthrie's evil twin.
Sorry, he just didn't do anything for me. And try to work it out so that Matt has some more radio time.
Ooh.
That would be sweet.
Matt, you are so cute.
I know.
And funny.
Thank you, Carrie.
Thanks, Marianne.
Wow.
Now, I just wonder if this would change Marianne's opinion at all. This is an email that I got from Matt.
From this Matt?
Yeah.
Wait, which? Oh, was this the one I sent on Monday?
I suppose so.
When you weren't here.
Today, says Matt. Oh, it says subject. Hello, my name is Matt Timian, and I know how to offend the CEO of Simmons like no other. Today I wore a T-shirt that says Godweiser on the front and This Blood's for You on the back. Of course, it's a parody shirt.
Of course.
Oh, really?
No.
And it was meant to be serious and worn by Christians. I often find gems like these and wear them as a parody of a parody. Witty and original, I know. Anyway, the CEO of Simmons, I suppose he means Craig Hansen?
Yes.
It was Craig.
Craig was walking by me in the hallway with another gentleman in a suit, and after walking past me, they both stopped, turned around, and looked at my shirt. I pretended not to notice.
Looked at the ceiling.
I then heard them say, "We have some really interesting people working here." They continued to mumble about how interesting I am, and then walked up the stairs.
You're making it sound a lot more positive than it really was.
Yes, I'm not taking it as positive at all. Yes, I know how to make an impression. Now I'm certain to get a job. Matt Timian. So, Marianne, there's just more evidence.
It's probably making her more hot for him.
Probably is.
Well,
here's Marianne's email, Matt, if you'd like to
thank
contact
you.
her.
That would be great.
Maybe she could help you with the crock pots and the little smokies.
Appreciate you.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Matt Timian,
our
intern.
Him and Marianne.
Matt and Marianne.
How nice.
I don't know. He's 2 divorces down already. I don't.
Well, if I could counsel Matt on anything, I'd just say don't do it again. Don't get married again.
Date all you want.
Date all you want. Have a girlfriend, but don't marry again.
I don't trust Matt as far as I can throw him.
Really?
I think you should try to throw him.
I can't throw him. I can throw him an inch. That's how much I trust him.
Oh, I'm sure you can do more than an inch.
2 inches, maybe. I just can't. I'm kind of weak. You should know that about me. I'm weak.
I just thought you meant more.
X9.
Say Christina Hoffs of Manchester applied for the job on Friday at the Hillsborough County Department of Corrections, but workers soon realized she was being sought on a theft-related offense in Maine. She was taken into custody immediately and taken to police headquarters, scheduled for arraignment. Boner candidate number 1. Sure, you can work here for nothing. Boner candidate number 2. Gang, who wants smoke? Houston police are on the hunt for a gold-toothed jerk seen in a Snapchat video. I think we may have a still picture of him. Seen in a Snapchat video shooting a gun out of a moving car.
There he is. Oh,
yeah,
boy.
He's a piece of work.
He's got a gold grill. The unidentified man who flashes his golden chomper smokes a cigarette as he pops off 9 rounds from a semi-automatic pistol out of the rear window. Gang, who wants smoke? The footage is captioned. Cops think the disturbing video was filmed in northwest Houston in either last week of March or the first week of April. No one was struck by the bullets, they say. But they are trying to find this guy, and apparently he was yelling, gang, who wants smoke?
That doesn't even make any sense.
No. Boner candidate number 2. Coming up in a moment, boner candidate number 3. Senator, we run ads.
All right, so boner candidate number 3 after this here, a big boy news and opinioendo brought to you by
the Roommate Loan by American Loans. Roommate Loan allows up to 4 friends or roommates to combine their income to buy a home together. Buy a $300,000 home and your payment's about $1,700. Divide that by 4 roommates and you pay only $425, and it's your home. Call 800-NEW-LOAN or go to AmericanLoans.com.
Well, here's a murder story, Gina.
Okay.
And you wonder how people come up with these explanations of how the murder happened. You know, the suspect does, the committer of the crime, and they try to come up with these. And these are so implausible. It's so implausible, but still they say these things in the hopes that people will believe. Like the guy the other day who said, well, I shot her because I was afraid I'd buried her alive.
It makes perfect sense.
That's why. Yeah. So this guy, a Texas man who is charged with dismembering a college student and burning her remains, said, well, I didn't kill her. She died during kinky sex.
And what are you going to do? You can't possibly just call the police
and say, "Look, here's what happened."
This thing happened.
Yeah, and I might be partially somehow responsible because we were doing this, but it was consensual. But no, that he did. No, he the only thing he could do is cut her up and
he had no
burn
choice.
Her. Yeah.
Well, what else you gonna do?
Charles Bryant's murder trial began Monday in Tarrant County Jury, Fort Worth, where his defense lawyer says he's he's only guilty. He's only guilty of. Now his lawyer says this is the only crime he has committed.
Okay.
Tampering with evidence.
That's
tampering.
Well, she's evidence.
Yeah,
and
that's that's what the lawyer means. Yeah.
With her.
Yeah. Just tampering with the evidence.
That's a good lawyer.
Oh, wow.
McGinty, that's the lawyer, claimed that Ms. Van de Graaff, let's see, Ms. Van de Graaff died during consensual sex, and then Mr. Bryant panicked and went to the Walmart and bought a shovel.
This is a long panic.
Yeah.
Long.
Yeah, there you go. Boner can. Oh, no. It's
no,
not
that's
a
just
boner
a story.
Candidate. It should have been a boner candidate. And then, let's see. Well, let's do.
You haven't talked about Facebook yet. Or I guess that's part of the boners.
Yeah,
Okay.
we'll talk about it. Although I will say this about it, as part of the news of talking about Zuckerberg appearing before Congress yesterday. There was a lot of talk I heard on other radio programs about how Mr. Zuckerberg would appear when he came to court.
Oh.
Was he going to be wearing his T-shirt and his hoodie? Is that because that's he almost always wears a T-shirt and a hoodie. And people say, well, if he's going to wear a suit, will he wear a suit? I hope he doesn't wear that T-shirt and a hoodie.
What?
And then they start saying things, like, well, he's a billionaire, and a billionaire he can do whatever he wants, and that's why he wears the T-shirt and the hoodie so he's not he's a casual billionaire. You can. No matter, it doesn't matter what you're wearing. No. It matters what you say.
Yeah.
And either he's going to tell the truth or not, or be forthcoming or not. And if he had gone to Congress, now I was sure he wouldn't, but if he had gone to Congress in a T-shirt and a hoodie, it wouldn't have mattered about it. It would not affect what he said at all.
No.
Sometimes it affects people's perception, I suppose, but
But he seems so painfully uncomfortable being there.
Oh,
he's trying to fit in with the humans.
Yeah.
Well, you know what I sort of think is also he doesn't know 90% of what goes on in his own company.
He doesn't run that company.
He doesn't know. He's there.
He's the face of it.
He's there all the time. He started it, and he's somewhat aware of what goes on. But he's now got so many wonky, people working for Facebook. He doesn't know what's happening. Salt Lake County says enough is enough when it comes to the opioid crisis. Salt Lake County has filed a lawsuit against pharmaceutical companies and medical professionals.
Really?
Alleging the scourge of opioid addiction in the country stems directly from a callously deceptive marketing scheme that was spearheaded by certain opioid manufacturers and perpetuated by prominent doctors that they bankrolled.
Really?
And they will be specific about that, I'm sure. The alleged scheme, according to the 97-page complaint that the county filed in 3rd District Court, has exacted a foreseeable financial burden on Salt Lake County, which has spent millions of dollars in addiction treatment and other programs aimed at curbing the crisis of opioid addiction. Our jail facilities, our public health facilities, our community treatment centers, our youth treatment center resources are all being overburdened and overwhelmed, said Salt Lake County District Attorney Sim Gill during a press conference Tuesday, announcing that the lawsuit had been filed. They require further investment from our community and our tax dollars. We're struggling to meet the overwhelming need of addiction, and so, lawsuit. I haven't read through the whole story, but I'm sure in the lawsuit there are specifics named, of some of the doctors who were the fronts for the drug companies. Tammy Duckworth has made history in the U.S. Senate. Tammy Duckworth, Democrat, Illinois,
there she is.
Senator, gave birth to a daughter, Maile, I'll bet it's Maile, M-A-I-L-E, Maile Pearl Bowlesby is her husband's last name.
Not Duckworth?
No. Making her the first United States senator to give birth while in office.
She can't possibly be a senator and have a baby. That can't possibly work.
Now, Ted Kennedy had a baby before he... No.
That was a food baby.
Oh, that's right. Ms. Duckworth said she and her husband, Brian Bowlesby, and their other daughter, Abigail, That's a nice name, isn't it?
Yeah.
Couldn't be happier to welcome little Maylee Pearl as the newest addition to our family. We're also grateful for the love and support of our friends and family. So there you are.
Nice.
Let's see. Now this is. Now we better. Do we need? How much time do we have?
You got a couple of minutes.
Let's see. I wanted to do another Donald Trump story. I'm a little worried about him, of course, but because he's now threatened Russia openly, saying if you try to shoot our missiles down, there's going to be a big problem.
We've got new smart bombs heading your way.
They're smart.
Beautiful,
They're beautiful
tremendous
and smart.
bombs.
The raid on Trump's lawyer, I guess we shouldn't call it that. Our attorney Ed Brass says
They executed a search warrant.
Yeah, the execution of the search warrant on Trump's lawyer,
not a raid.
Michael Cohen. Cohen went on. I think Cohen is now trying to distance himself in certain ways because he actually went on. I think it was CNN.
The fake news.
After this, Michael Cohen called the FBI agents who raided his office professional, routine, and courteous and respectful.
Even like Trump would have you believe they like broke down the door, guns drawn.
No, he said they were very, very professional. The president's personal lawyer was speaking to CNN when he admitted that he was unhappy to have his home and office searched by federal agents, but he did thank them. He said, even though I didn't want this to happen, I thank you for your diligence and your courtesy. But I will tell you that members of the FBI conducted the search and seizure. They were extremely professional, courteous, respectful, and I thanked them at the conclusion. Cohen, however, said the experience was upsetting to say the least, and he admitted he was worried. I would be lying to you if I told you I am not worried about this investigation.
Mm-hmm.
Do I need this in my life? No. Do I want to be involved in this? No, I do not.
Wrong.
That's pretty interesting.
Oh, I think Cohen is he's gonna sing and
I think he will testify.
And he will testify, and it'll be known that Trump knew what he was doing.
You know, I heard this little detail. I listened to this conservative podcast, the Daily Standard does. It's a conservative publication and podcast. And they said when they executed the warrant on Paul Manafort, now they didn't raid or just go. It was a no-knock search warrant.
No-knock, yeah.
So, and they did it in the middle of the night. It was like 2 o'clock in the morning, and they went to his house, and they just broke down the door or got in, and then Manafort didn't even know they were in his house until they went to his bedroom door and knocked on it.
Yeah.
And they knocked on the door, and he opened it up, and again he said, I think Manafort said, well, they were polite. They said, Mr. Manafort, we're here to seize some of your property. Isn't that interesting? Man.
All right, weather, traffic.
Today we're going to be just as warm almost as it was yesterday, 69 for a high, and there's a slight chance of showers today. And Carrie will remind you should enjoy that very much today because that will change tomorrow with it being much cooler and a chance of snow Thursday, Friday. And traffic, things are still, unless UDOT's sleeping and not reporting things, everything looks pretty green and flowing pretty well this morning. I see no accidents to report. You can report something. Somebody says that one doesn't make any sense, which is why. Really? Traffic on I-89, including a man riding on top of an SUV?
Oh, boy.
I need more information on that.
Yeah, get us more info on that.
But where is I-89?
I don't know.
I don't.
Pics or it didn't happen.
Highway 89, maybe? Is that what you're thinking? I don't know. 33986.
All right, here's boner candidate number 3. Senator, we run ads. Now, I'm going to single out Orrin Hatch here, but most of the senators questioning Mark Zuckerberg yesterday about Facebook seemed totally unaware of the internet, let alone Facebook.
And these are the guys who are regulating it for you.
Mark Zuckerberg was grilled by members of the U.S. Senate on Tuesday. Zuckerberg answered questions about digital privacy in the wake of the Cambridge Analytica scandal, and a lot of the senators asking the questions were old, very old. Senator Patrick Leahy brought printouts of various Facebook groups and asked if they were Russian propaganda groups because, as CEO, Zuckerberg obviously reads every single post on Facebook himself. And Senator Orrin Hatch, do we have this, Carrie?
Yeah.
This is what Senator Hatch said to Zuckerberg.
And we're committed to doing that.
Well, if so, how do you sustain a business model in which users don't pay for your service?
Senator, we run ads.
I see. That's great.
That's great. Good for you.
Zuckerberg and other people in the room. Zuckerberg, you could hear that long pause. He was trying not to laugh. And there were other people you could see. And it wasn't just the older senators who didn't understand how Facebook works. Senator Brian Schatz, who's only 45 years old, asked Zuckerberg if Facebook would be able to see if he emailed someone on WhatsApp. So could Facebook see my emails if I email something on WhatsApp? And Mark Zuckerberg said, well, no. WhatsApp is encrypted, and other companies are not able to read encrypted messages. And Schatz then pursued it more. He said, if he could get Black Panther ads on Facebook, would he get Black Panther ads on Facebook if he messaged someone about the movie through WhatsApp?
I think you're getting Black Panther ads because it's the biggest movie.
Yeah. People on Twitter found it pretty ridiculous that the lawmakers who have the power to regulate technology have absolutely no idea how technology works. And so there were a lot of memes that they roasted all of these guys, and they are, in fact, boner candidate number 3. Senator and the others, we run ads.
I liked Zuckerberg's booster seat myself.
He did.
Oh, come on,
he had a booster seat.
That's mean. He was just maybe he's got the piles. He needed a cushion.
A donut.
He's
a
got
donut
piles.
cushion.
Let's review the first 2 and vote.
Yeah. Do we have that? Duck.
Yeah. Do you want? I pulled it up.
Dick Durbin. Dick Durbin did ask before we go to the recap. He did ask Zuckerberg some really good questions.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Zuckerberg, would you be comfortable sharing with us the name of the hotel you stayed in last night?
No.
If you've messaged anybody this week, would you share with us the names of the people you've messaged?
Senator, no, I would probably not choose to do that publicly here.
I think that may be what this is all about.
See?
Yeah.
Your right to privacy,
Yeah.
the limits of your right to privacy, and how much you give away in modern America in the name of, quote, connecting people around the world.
There you go.
Yeah. So he got it.
Yeah.
And I'm not a genius about Facebook, but if I were going to be going and talking to a guy about it, I'd make sure I knew more about it than
you'd study up on it.
These guys did.
All right, let's review the first 2 and vote.
Voter candidate number 1, sure, you can work here for nothing. It's a woman applying for a job at a jail. They did a background check, found out she was wanted for robbery, and so they arrested her. She'll be doing work in jail for free. Voter candidate number 2, hey, gang, who wants smoke? Cops hunting for an idiot with gold teeth who was firing a gun from a moving car and preserving it all on Snapchat video. And boner candidate number 3, Senator, we run ads.
All right, let's go. This is round 1 of your boner voting. You've got to decide which one of these 3 candidates is the worst and therefore most qualified to go into Boner Dome for Boner Fight and get that 50-50 chance of becoming Boner of the Day. If it wins here, it goes up against the winner of round 2. That happens at 8:20. Boner Fight at 9:20. So 2 candidates now. Then a third. Oh, we did that. All right, sorry. All right, I got looking at something else and I got distracted. You need to decide which one of these 3 is the worst, 1, 2, or 3. Put that candidate number in the message of a text. Text it to 33986. You can call 877-602-9696. Use your voice. Or go to x96.com and look for the box that says Boner Vote April 11 and vote there. You've got 300 seconds. Let's go. It's round 1.
Want music? Listen at 10 for a 1-hour non-stop music wingding on X96.
All right, 7:46. Time to award round one of your boner voting.
And round one of the boner voting brought to you in part by Coconut Shrimp Tacos.
Nice.
And Haster Games Magic Dominaria Open House is this Saturday, April 14th from noon to 6. Come get a promo card just for coming and a free deck to keep and play with. Stick around and learn how to play. Haster Games, 6831 South State, and online at hastergames.com.
Boner candidate number one was, sure, you can work here for nothing. A woman who applied for a job at a jail, did a background check, found out she was wanted for a crime, and they immediately arrested her. She'll be working at the jail, but they won't pay her. Boner candidate number two, gang, who wants smoke? Some guy driving around shooting a semi-automatic gun out of his car window. And there's a guy with a gold teeth, I guess probably a grill, and he put it all on Snapchat video where police saw it. Now they're searching for him. And boner candidate number three, Senator, we run ads. Particularly Orrin Hatch, but all of those senators who didn't seem to have any idea about Facebook when they questioned Mark Zuckerberg. They're the ones who are going to regulate or try to regulate this if necessary, and they don't seem to know much about it. That was number three. I don't have any...
You don't?
No, nothing has come through to me.
Oh.
I don't...
I just got a finger in the air from Nick. Not the middle finger, but a pointy finger.
A one moment, please.
Yes, a one moment, please finger.
So we should stall.
And now Nick does not know why you do not have it.
It's probably your computer.
Well, here it is. It just came in. Derek won the boner T-shirt, and the winner, boner candidate number three, Senator, we run ads.
All right, so there you go. So winner of round one, it'll go up against the winner of round two. In Boner Fight for a chance to be Boner of the Day. Round two happens at 8:20. Boner Fight at 9:20. All right.
So women of a certain age.
What does that mean?
Gay men and Richie.
Well, why do you have to single Richie out of the gay men category?
Of the women of a certain age category, Bill.
Oh, I see. You're singled out of that category.
Yes.
All love the movie Grease.
Yes.
Oh, why?
So,
I'm just going to sit down over
Why
here.
must we return to this?
So, I go to get my nails done yesterday, and I walk in.
I got my nails done yesterday.
And they said, oh, the new Grease collection is here. Meaning it's, a couple times a year they come out with a themed nail polish collection. And nail polish, they always name them like really weird, offbeat names. So they're like, do you want to
red?
No,
No.
It's never red.
Okay.
Never just red.
Right.
So they said, do you want to see the Grease collection? I said, do I?
And they said, well, yeah, we asked you, do you?
So Richie, I want you to look at my hand.
I see. Oh, no.
Okay, now I'm going to read you the names of the Grease collection, and I want you to tell me
Wait a minute,
which color do you think this is.
Okay.
Okay? Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, I got it.
Can you see that, Dylan?
They're nice. Yeah.
I would just call that like fire engine red
Nope.
myself.
Nope. Okay.
But I think I know.
Is it
Okay.
Don't Cry Over Spilled Milkshakes?
Okay. Nope.
Nah.
Is it Meta Boy Cute as Can Be?
Ooh, okay. Okay.
Is it Hopelessly Devoted to OPI, which is the nail polish company?
Okay.
Is it Pink Ladies Rule the School? Is it Summer Lovin' Having a Blast?
Right.
Is it You're the Shade That I Want?
Jeez. These are great.
Is it?
Yeah, it's great. You and Gina think it's great, yeah.
Is it Tell Me About It, Stud? Or is it Tell Me More, Tell Me More, Teal Me More? Obviously, it's red.
Obviously not teal.
No. Danny and Sandy Forever.
Right.
How many of these are there?
How many are in the Grease
Two more.
collection? Two more. Okay.
Chills Are Multiplying.
Okay. Nope. It's not that one.
Or Rydell Forever.
No, it was...
Oh.
And not one of them about Grease Lightning? Because that's the color of the car.
You would think.
Yeah.
Okay, so My first inclination is to be tell me about its stud because
that was what I thought. Too.
Yes.
But see,
tea kettle.
What? But that's what I was going to say too. So,
well, right, but you know it's not. You know
So
it's
what?
not Pink Lady. What?
And what you don't know, Bill, is in that scene, her nails are painted red, and they're not red in any other scene in the movie.
Nope.
See.
Okay.
Your detective deduction.
Tell me about it.
Made it.
Stud. So that's
wow.
That's the color
Yeah.
of my.
They look great.
Is there a color that is
They're
who
real,
cares
they're
a
real.
color? Is who
No.
cares one of the colors?
No, that's the sequel next year when they have the Grease 2 that no one cares
But
about.
you know, I read a story yesterday about the royal family. There's all this stuff about the Meghan Markle Prince Harry wedding.
Yeah.
And
He's marrying a woman of color, you know. Whoa! I can't believe it.
Summer Lovin's a yellow color.
Yes,
Yeah.
Of course it would be.
Why would you want yellow fingernail polish?
Just
some people like
some people like
fun stuff.
But so speaking, fun nail. You know who can't have a fun nail color?
Meghan Markle.
No,
can't. No, she
like
can't.
ever.
No.
Like the royal family, they have rules about your
everything.
nails. You can't.
Of course.
You can wear clear or very pale pink.
Of course,
are
they have
the
rules.
only nail colors you can ever have.
What they are about nothing except appearance, Gina. Why? That doesn't surprise me at all.
They can't wear black unless it's to a funeral.
The royal family, that's all they're about is appearance.
The women can't wear pants.
Okay.
Ever?
Like unless they're riding horses or something.
Unless a pants appropriate activity.
But
I didn't realize that.
they always
You
wear
know,
a skirt.
if they're laying bricks, if they're working on the plumbing, they can wear pants.
Sure.
Heels, they have to wear heels.
Yeah.
Isn't there a show from the BBC called Keeping Up Appearances or something like that?
Keeping up with the.
Yes.
I mean, that doesn't surprise me. There is probably. I mean, there's a rule about how and when you can eat. You probably shouldn't be seen eating in public except on very rare occasions.
Well, you never have seconds. I mean, sometimes they go
But
to
I need my 2
dinners.
scoops, even if I'm invited to the wedding and dining.
When the queen finishes eating, that's when everybody's finished eating.
Uh-oh.
Like, too bad if you are still hungry.
That could be bad because old people don't eat much. you know.
just going to pick at my food. I'm just picking. They don't eat shellfish?
I don't
ever.
You know,
So, like, if you have to secretly eat it?
that's because
I don't
Henry
think so.
III got a bad muscle. He was having moos and frites. He had a bad muscle and keeled over into his plate. This is why we don't do it.
They don't call it a couch. They call it a
No, it's
sofa.
sometimes a sofa, or you're allowed to say a divan. We must keep up appearances.
Yeah.
Exactly. What would you have us do?
I don't think there's a Monty Python nail polish collection, but there should be.
Because what color would...
Royals are not allowed to watch Monty Python.
African swallow would be a color.
Monty Python is not allowed. We must keep up appearances.
The yellow would be the bright side of...
Excuse me, I have to go. I'm supposed to wave at the window. I have to go stand in the window and wave today.
I'm not dead yet would be like a black.
Yeah.
Come along, Chip. Come along, Larry.
I
It's
want
my
the holy.
corgis.
I want the Holy Grail.
The Holy
nail.
Grail would be gold.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I want it. Coconut.
Yeah.
Huh?
A coconut brown, you bet.
I'm glad you went with me on that.
Boy, you guys really had fun with that.
Crash northbound I-15 just south of 123rd South on the right shoulder. Traffic is getting busy in Salt Lake. Slower traffic from Bluffdale to spots on the south interchange, but looking pretty good going into downtown and not many incidents to tell you about. That's traffic.
Oh, somebody was what color is it? It's red.
It's red.
And it's Tell Me About It Stud is the name.
Yeah.
That's what they were looking for.
Yeah. So, there you go.
All right.
Hello.
We got round 2.
Come along, Chip. Come along, Larry. Mary.
Round 2 of your boner voting coming up. Stand by for that.
Yeah, I don't have them in front of me, so you'll just have to wait.
That's fine.
X96 is your home for non-stop music. We give you a 1-hour non-stop music wingding 3 times a day.
That's how desperate I am.
At 10 a.m., right after Radio from Hell.
We're desperate.
At 1 p.m., while you're listening in the workplace.
Just so completely wrong.
And at 4:30 for your drive home.
Just kill me now.
1-hour non-stop music wingdings 3 times a day.
I think I've actually gotten stupider just standing here listening to you describe it.
At 10, 1, and 4:30. Only on X96. Cheer.
Brother Philip likes Propel water.
It's Jesus' preferred water.
On the right hand of God. America, on the right hand of God.
Excuse us. Are you Brother
Sure.
Philip?
Yeah.
Hi, can we talk to you for a second?
Sure.
Yeah, we do a radio show in Salt Lake City.
Oh, wow.
And we're just talking to your disciples over there. Is that what we should call them? Your disciples?
No.
Your brothers?
That's Jesus' disciples, really.
Oh, your associates. And we were going to chat with them for a second, and they said, well, you should go talk to Brother Philip. He's the
man.
doing the preacher. The preacher. Now, so you do this every day here in Maui?
Yeah, I try to fulfill this.
And you have signs over there that say, sign of the times. What does that mean, Brother Philip?
It's right. I have to share it.
Pardon me?
St. Matthew.
All right, now Brother Philip's going to get out
Pulling out the Bible. It's a well-worn Bible. Looks like he's had it for a while.
How long have you had that Bible, Brother Philip?
Well, I'm not sure, really.
And it's Matthew we're looking at.
Yeah.
Are you from Maui?
Yes.
Yep.
I'm from heaven, too.
From heaven?
Yes,
Well, I guess
thank you.
I guess we're all from heaven.
Praise the Lord. The Holy Bible, heaven.
Uh-huh.
And in the morning, it shall be foul weather today. For the sky is red and lowering. O ye hypocrites, ye can discern the face of the sky, but can ye not discern the signs of the times?
High of 73.
I cannot discern the signs of the times.
Although it was a great album by Prince, I know
That's the
that.
reason why we look in the Bible, because of things that God has spoken is coming to pass today.
Now, Brother Philip, we have a woman here. She is the reason we came to Maui is to do it. We do a radio show together, and but she's actually come here to get married.
Right on.
She'll be married on Monday. Monday. And do you have any advice?
God wills.
Pardon?
If God wills.
If God wills.
That means I might not get married if God doesn't will
I've
it.
maintained that all along, but if God wills, you will get married on Monday. But do you have any advice for somebody getting married?
Well,
back to the book.
I got back in the book again.
Yep.
19, eh? Was it
all
19?
the answers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
Look at that. He knows right where to go in this book. It's like he's read it before.
Not so. Right. And said, for this cause shall a man leave father and mother, and shall cleave to his wife, and the twain shall be one flesh.
Okay.
You're still looking for somebody to perform the ceremony, aren't you? do you do weddings, Brother Philip?
No, I have a friend who does that.
All right. Hey, thank you so much for talking with us.
I love you. Thank you so much for.
Yep. And thank you.
God bless you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Brother Philip, ladies and gentlemen, spreading the word on the streets of Maui on front.
Bill Allred.
Amphitheater Monday, August 20th. Sex type thing. Tickets are on sale now at SmithTix locations and SmithTix.com. I'm going to give you a keyword right now, and you will text it to 33986 for a chance to win tickets. The word is purple. 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 Text that to 33986.
All right. Thank you very much.
All right, we're going to get to boners round 2 in just a second, but invading our studio right now, we have members of the Utah Royals FC team. 150 days ago, there was just a thought. Why don't we have a women's soccer team in Salt Lake? Why don't we do that? And, of course, the magical powers of Del Loy Hansen made that happen, and we do have the Utah Royals, and some of them are here. Let's see. Becca Moros, right over there. Hi, Becca. How are you?
Good, thanks.
And she is a defender. Lo La Bonita, a midfielder.
Ooh.
Is that right? Yes. Is it Lola or Lola?
Lo and then
La.
La Bonta.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lo.
Get right in front of the microphone so we can hear you.
Oh, Lola Bonita. Did I say Bonita?
Yeah, but it's all right.
Oh, Bonita.
You call me La Bonita. I'll take it. I'll take it.
That's what I was thinking when I saw you, La Bonita. And Sydney Miramontes. There we go. Hi, Sydney. And Katie Bowen. Katie, hi. So you guys, your first game is this Saturday?
First
home
opener.
Game.
Yes. First home opener.
First home game this weekend on Saturday.
Where was the first game?
Orlando.
And how did that go? I don't remember.
Yeah, our first 2 games we've tied. So we tied Orlando. We went to Houston, tied them as well. So hopefully we're hoping to get 3 points and a win this weekend in our home opener.
Yeah, and I'll never understand how the scoring works with the ties and stuff. But you just go.
A tie bill is when they're 1-1.
No, Gina, that's not what I mean. It's how they count that.
You meant
toward.
The points. The points. Yeah, the home team gets more points.
Yeah,
if it's a tie.
Yeah. Excited to do this. Now, have you all played soccer professionally before?
Yes, we all came from Kansas City together. So the team that they brought over from Kansas City, we were on that team before.
Yeah, and the coach was on was on that team?
Coach is actually from Seattle.
Seattle. Mm-hmm. What's the coach's name?
Laura Harvey.
Yeah. Didn't we have her in here?
Yeah,
we
had her in.
Yeah. So the home opener this Saturday at Rio Tinto. The game will sell out, but they're all. So you got standing room tickets. Have you got a few seats left too, Trey? Yeah. Few seats left, and then standing room tickets for. And so what? Where do you go buy them?
So you go to rsl.com for all of it. It's 1:30, and there's a few tickets left, but you're doing standing room tickets too, I guess. So that's how much this is.
Are you
that stadium full is so awesome. You guys are going to have such a great home opener there.
Yeah. Are you excited to be? Soccer and women's soccer, even here in Utah, is extremely popular. That must be great for you. Yeah. Somebody else answer. Yeah. Hello, Bonita. the star of the show.
If you got an open spot, let me know.
Yeah. Well, listen, Gina takes a lot of time off. You could come and fill in for her. Now, who are you playing this Saturday?
Chicago.
And what are they like? Do you know? You've scouted them. What are they like?
I mean, they're a great team. They're hard to break down. They also have a tie and a loss. So we're hoping we can get the 3 points over them. They have a few injuries, so that will work in our favor. But, we're feeling confident and hopeful that we can get the 3 points.
See, now you need to let her talk, too, because she's got a great accent. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
The accent always wins.
Yeah, accents are always good. Anybody else here have an accent? No. Can you fake one?
Yeah.
No. So the Royals opener this Saturday, Utah Royals Football Club.
There's a concert associated with it too, which is awesome.
Well,
Rachel Platten will be there. I know a lot of young fans Like, because my kids play soccer, they are so excited for this game. They're so excited that you're here. And I know a lot of families in the soccer community are excited for season tickets because they're affordable to come see you guys.
Yeah, what is a season? How much is a season ticket, Trey? You know, offhand? 120,
that's
and
not
that's
bad.
for a lot of games.
Yeah.
So that's not bad
That's
at
not
all.
bad at all.
So get your tickets at rsl.com. The Royals this Saturday.
1:30.
Thanks a lot, you guys.
Now we just bought you guys from Kansas City, right? And
Bought
and,
you.
and y'all moved here.
Mhm.
How are you adjusting to Salt Lake City compared to Kansas City?
Beautiful. It's a little bit of a change of scenery. Kansas, a little bit flat.
Kansas flat
out here. So
Yeah.
it's been great to kind of wake up and get to train with such an incredible view. It's been great. We're super motivated. The facilities here, the support we have, the organization itself.
The facilities are just incredible, aren't they?
Yeah. That's
Nothing-
what Laura said when we interviewed
nothing
her
like it in the
about
country.
one of the things that made her decide to come here was the amazing facilities that we've got.
And you got good trainers and good workout places, and so you can keep tough. And I know you're all from like different states, right? But you were together in Kansas City, so you know each other well. And great success, great luck this Saturday, and nice to meet you. And come back anytime.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
If you need any recommendations for barbecue places, we can help you out with.
Well, you know, Kansas City is
I know,
barbecue
I know.
king,
But we got
good
some
ones. We got some good
ones.
ones. Try R&R. It's really good. All right. Thanks a lot, you guys.
Thanks, you guys.
Thank you.
All right. That's going to be very cool. Now we have some tickets to give away.
Should we give them away at the end of the?
now?
Let's do it right now.
Okay, and then we'll do the boners round 2
in the next break.
Oh, okay.
If you want tickets to the Royals home opener, 1:30 this Saturday, you can still buy tickets, but they're going fast and it will sell out. But if you want to win some from us right now, 877-602-9696.
Is that easy? Just a random call?
Yeah.
Sure.
They seemed awfully nice, didn't they?
They did seem nice.
Except, I bet they're not nice when they play.
Well, I wouldn't want
You
to play
can be
against
tough
them.
and still be nice.
Well, you know, what is the quote? I wrote it down just the other day about women who don't speak up. Well-behaved women seldom make history.
Yeah.
Well-behaved women seldom make history. I would believe on the soccer field, these are not proper well-behaved women.
Oh, I'm all for hanging out with them. I don't want to play against them.
No.
Yeah, no, I don't want to play soccer at all.
At all.
I've tried it, and it's too hard.
Yeah.
It's too hard for me. Most things, that's what I say about most things, though. It's too hard.
Yeah.
That's, sporting activities. Like I tried wrestling in high school. It's too hard.
No.
I can't imagine you even trying to do that.
Well, I was forced to in gym class. I didn't go out for the team, Gina. I'm not a team player.
That's what I was saying. I was surprised.
You've worked with me here all these years. I'm not a team player. You know that about me.
Now, my exposure to sports when I was young was I could hit the baseball. I could hit it pretty good.
Really?
It was the running afterward that was a problem.
You needed a designated runner.
I needed a designated runner.
You could be a DH or have a designated runner. Yeah, they do
Then
that.
there was football, where I could very easily bend over and hike the ball.
You were a good hiker?
But that was it.
One,
I would hike and then stand up. And
then get knocked
and
over.
everything would happen around me, and then I'd just go up and hike again.
Did you get knocked over
That
a
was
lot?
the extent of it. No, they went around me for some reason.
I wonder why they didn't knock
He's
you
a
over.
force field.
I don't know. They were too busy going where the ball was going, I think.
Which you didn't know where
Which
it
I
was
didn't.
going.
I
You
didn't
didn't
care.
want anything to do with
No,
it.
my job was to hike it to that guy. That's all I did.
So in gym class, Gina, which you really never had to do.
Well, sure you have to do.
Like public school.
Yeah, you do. Everybody has
You
gym
didn't,
class.
but you didn't have to do it at Catholic school.
Sure we did.
Not like public school.
What
I'll
do you
bet.
mean?
Tell me about your gym class. Did you have to shinny up a rope?
Nobody has to do that anymore.
Yes, they do.
No, they
Well,
don't.
I don't know if they have to do it anymore, but Carrie did.
I did, yeah.
We had to play baseball. We had to wrestle They made you do every sport.
It was the President's Council on Physical Fitness. You had to do all of it.
So tell me about Catholic school gym class.
Yeah.
Well, I bet you guys did jumping jacks and then went home, right? Jumping jacks and then went home.
No.
What? Well, tell me what you did.
I don't know.
Why don't you participate in the
We
coffee?
played soccer.
We had to
played
play basketball. We had to play soccer.
Yeah.
You didn't have to wrestle.
Well, no. I don't think any of the girls have to
Catholics
wrestle.
don't wrestle.
See, the gym coach at the time sees the chunky kid and thinks, wrestling. That would be good for you. No.
Yeah. No.
No.
Did you ever have to go through the spanking machine?
I did.
I did. Did you? Catholics don't do that.
Nobody should do that.
Well, of course they shouldn't, but I had to go through the spanking machine.
Crash northbound I-15 27th south. Crash northbound I-15 128 south. That's off to the right shoulder. And it looks like that's about it. We've had a pretty smooth morning. Yeah.
All right, now we do the boner candidates.
Yes,
right?
boner candidates.
Boner candidate number 1 is, well, maybe you'll pay up after a little rain. Boner candidate number 2, it's how we do in bullskin. And boner candidate number 3, I'm a boorish, drunk stoner, and I play one on TV.
All right, there you go. Round 2 of the boner voting, along with big boy news and opinioendo, coming up after these. Show is me and my best friends.
Then I went upstairs to work and get up there about 3:30, and I just kept thinking all morning. I have no thoughts. There is nothing going
Empty?
through my mind. My noggin is empty.
You're not angry about anything?
No, but I'm sure you'll change that at some point here pretty quickly.
Well, you should be grateful for that.
I am. You people don't know how grateful I am that if all else fails, Gina can get me going. Just
happy to help.
Yeah, and not in a.
I thought you'd be all upset about Prince Philip. I thought that would get you going today.
Who gives a rat's ass about Prince Philip? Not me.
I don't know, man. There was a press release.
It's about. Listen, I think if he needs to step back, that's fine.
I thought
seems a little early at 95.
It would give you a chance to talk about how he farts all the time.
I don't know.
He has more time to fart now that he's stepping back from something like that.
He can't step back because he farts so much. Yeah, I don't care. I don't care about that. There's very little in the news right now that I care about.
Healthcare? You don't care about that?
I'm the opposite.
I'm
I care about a lot of it, but I don't want to talk about it
Well,
because it's just going to make me mad.
See, and I think what it is.
If you were a woman, you'd be upset about healthcare.
I think what it is that I've become pretty numb.
Steve Hatch Family Chocolates. I saw him post on Facebook yesterday, and it's a picture of him standing there going, "Guess what? I'm a walking pre-existing condition."
Exactly. He has dwarfism.
He said I obviously made poor choices in utero.
Yeah.
that made.
Yeah, I mean, but they don't give a good God.
There you go. There's
about
the mad.
It.
There's the mad.
They don't care.
There it is.
That smug.
There it
Son
is.
of a bitch, Paul Ryan.
There it is.
With his big ears sticking out. I'm going to the gym. I wear my hat backwards.
Oh, he gets to keep Obamacare, by the way.
Yeah,
oh, sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they want it.
They
want it. They got a special dispensation in there. They get it.
Y'all
Don't.
I don't think insurance should cover the pre-existing condition of meanness.
Call 877-602-9696 or text us at 33986. Message and data rates apply.
All right, 8:20 right now. And remember that information, because that's how you vote for Boners Round 2, which is happening right now. 3 news stories that are examples of bad, stupid, or funny human behavior. Because you see, boner means mistake. So we'll present these to you. You have to decide of these 3 candidates which one is the worst, which one deserves to go forward to boner fight and get that 50-50 chance of becoming boner of the day. Boner fight happens at 9:20. That's when we throw them 2 winners in the ring, the winner from round 1 and the winner from this round 2. 2 candidates now, then a third after the news. Once you've heard all 3, you'll vote. One of you lucky random boner voters will receive
Hearty handshake.
All right.
From Bill Allred.
Boner candidate number 1. Yeah? Well, maybe you'll pay up after a little rain, huh? Story from Monroe, Louisiana. A Louisiana roofer. A man who puts roofs on houses.
A roofer.
A roofer. Faces misdemeanor charges after repossessing a roof because he hadn't been paid.
How do you...
Authorities arrested 66-year-old Andrew Jackson Higdon III. He lived down there in West Monroe, down there, you know. On charges of simple criminal damage to property and criminal trespass. He was freed after posting $4,500 bond. The arrest warrant says Ouachita Parish deputies responded to a property damage complaint. The victim said Mr. Higdon, the roofer, verbally agreed to replace her roof in June and wait for payment until her insurance company issued a check. The victim says Mr. Higdon started asking for payment around mid-December. She said, I can partially pay, but he wanted the full amount. She says he told her if she didn't pay, he would take the roof and her house would be damaged when it rained. And then he did start taking the roof off her house. Boner candidate number 1. And maybe you'll pay up after a little rain, huh? It's boner candidate number 2. Well, it's how we do in Bullskin. It's how we do. According to state police, this is in Pennsylvania, 41-year-old Shannon Lynch was having dinner with a woman in a Bullskin Township home at around 11 o'clock in the evening. The two got into an argument. Police say that Mr. Lynch took offense to the texture of his steak.
Offense?
Yeah. And he began to assault the woman. Presumably she's the one who cooked the steak.
Well, you ruin a good steak. It's
During the assault, Mr. Lynch picked up a steak knife and stabbed the woman in the arm. Mr. Lynch then left the house, and police say his current whereabouts are unknown. But if you see Mr. Lynch, the police want you to alert them. Well, that's not him. That's the roofer.
Yeah.
Boner candidate number 2. That's how we doing, Bullskin. You ruin a steak.
You shouldn't.
You get stabbed in the arm with a steak knife.
Them's fighting words.
That's right. Coming up in a moment, boner candidate number 3. I am a boorish, drunk stoner, and I play one on TV.
All right. Boner candidate number 3 for round 2. Coming up after this, Big Boy News and Opinioendo, brought to you by...
Savor every moment at the Melting Pot in Salt Lake at the corner of Market and Main Street. Come experience the world champion cheese starting April 11th for a limited time. For reservations, visit themeltingpot.com.
A gaggle of geese was found dead in a parking lot in Idaho Falls in what wildlife officials are calling a freak accident. 51 birds were clumped together. Oh, there they are, x96.com/live. Were clumped together, soaking wet. They were killed by golf ball-sized hail. That rained down on them during a thunderstorm. But it's not the hail that killed the birds, apparently, as they migrated north. It's most likely a lightning strike that caused them to actually fall from the sky.
Wow.
I don't think it was the hail or the wind. James Brower, Regional Volunteer Services Coordinator, told Fox News, hail would have injured the geese. They'd still be alive, but they'd be injured, but they'd still be alive. But all of these were just dead.
They do geese autopsies?
Well, when we arrived, nothing was moving, nothing twitching. They were just dead. The officer to respond to the scene, he said the birds, 48 snow geese and 3 Ross geese, were all centrally located within a 100-yard radius, which is further proof that a lightning caused their death. We did open up a few, did an autopsy,
geese autopsy,
and saw that their lungs had exploded.
Oh.
It was a shocking sight, Brower said, but it's not completely uncommon. Wildlife officials in the area often respond to calls of mass die-offs, usually due to disease, but they said they've also seen this kind of thing from storms.
Thank you, Goose CSI.
Well, we got more dead animal news here. A Michigan farmer charged with animal cruelty. 70 cows were found dead on his properties. He's been sentenced to only 15 days in jail.
That's it?
Yeah. And ordered to pay $20,000 in restitution. 61-year-old Keith Hook Jr. Farmer Huck, Keith Huck Jr. of Livingston County learned his punishment Monday after earlier pleading guilty to reduced charges. Huck was charged last year after the cows were found in what authorities said were various stages and states of decay. Also,
it's a waste of cows.
3 pigs and 5 cows were recovered alive from barns on the property owned by Mr. Huck.
He should not be allowed to be
an
animal keeper anymore.
I don't know if it's happened yet, but apparently Paul Ryan, House Speaker Paul Ryan, is going to announce that they've cast him as Eddie Munster in a new of the Munsters.
Oh, because Eddie would be about that age.
Yeah, no, that's Dick Clark's joke. So thanks, Dick. But he is going to not run for re-election.
So
he's
he'll
not gonna
finish out his term. Yeah, he says, I'm announcing this year will be my last one as a member of the House. To be
did
clear,
he do it officially now?
To be clear, I'm not resigning. I intend to serve my full term as I was elected to do, not like Jason Chaffetz.
He didn't say that, did he?
No, he didn't.
It's too bad, though. I mean, it's too bad. He should go to Fox News immediately. An Arizona woman who allegedly sexually abused a Utah boy that she nannied over a period of 10 years convinced the victim that she was teaching him to be a good husband.
Oh, jeez.
The woman, who is now 68, was the boy's nanny back in 99 to 2009. She's been charged in 3rd District Court here with aggravated sex abuse of a child and other charges. Started when he was 8 years old. The woman said, I'm teaching you how to be a good husband.
No, you're a
well
pedophile creep.
Yeah, that would be accurate, Gina. Thanks for pointing that out.
Sure.
She's hideous. Now this story is. I'll do it for the drama of the story. It's terrible. Before he was sentenced to a lengthy prison sentence for killing before he was sentenced to a lengthy term in prison, for killing a Magna woman in 2016, Jason Allen Black, in court, said on Tuesday that words could not express how sorry he was, for killing a woman. But as the 26-year-old defendant stood in the Salt Lake City courtroom, his hands and feet shackled, he said he needed to say he was sorry. To 24-year-old Natalia Casagrande's parents, he said, "I'm sorry I took your daughter." To Casagrande's sister, "I'm sorry I took your best friend." To Casagrande's husband, Stephen Acero, he said, "I'm sorry I took your wife." And it was then that Mr. Acero stood up in court and yelled, "F you." The husband stood and asked if Black was sorry when he shot and killed her on May 31st. "Are you sorry when you beat her?" Mr. Acero they escorted him out of the courtroom. He didn't fight, but he kept swearing and screaming as they escorted him out of the courtroom.
I think you should be allowed to do that.
As long as you don't get violent.
Yeah, I think you should be able to.
Sure. There was this is very rare. This doesn't happen often. There was no shortage of television cameras when Sri Reddy, an Indian film actress in New Delhi, it says here, but they call it Mumbai now, right? She took off her shirt, her top. Ms. Reddy, a star in Central India, announced on Saturday that she was staging a protest against sexual harassment in the Indian film industry. One of the bolder #MeToo type moments that the country has seen. She marched up to the offices of a film commission and stripped half naked and stood there glaring at a bank of cameras. Now, she did take her hands and put them over her breasts, but she said...
Did she make a statement?
Well, she said I said that she did. She said she was staging a protest against sexual harassment in the Indian film industry. I sort of led with that. She did yell, "Are we girls or are we things to play with?" And then she was whisked off by the police to face possible charges of public nudity. India makes more movies than any country in the world. And there's Bollywood, but then there are small film studios all over the country. And she is saying that there is intense, rampant, yeah, that's a better word, rampant sexual harassment throughout the Indian film industry. But Liza Minnelli wouldn't put up with that.
Finally, you're getting to it.
Liza, oh, I love her. I'd be interested, I should look for it to see. Now, she performed, and I'm kind of curious as to how well she's still doing, how good she's still.
Where did she perform?
Because she did it was for the Dolce & Gabbana. They showed off 103 new gowns or whatever at a Rainbow Room menswear show. This was this past Saturday. She sang New York, New York. She did a couple of other songs. Nick Jonas was there. Trevor Noah. Isabella Rossellini. So
there's a picture of her.
Yeah, X96.com. She was accompanied by Michael Feinstein, who is great.
How old is she now?
Oh, man, I don't know. It doesn't say here in the story. She's
72.
She sang songs from Cabaret, All That Jazz, and then Diddy's son, Christian King Combs, closed the Alta Motor show by pulling his famous dance moves, it says here, doing a Millie Rock to Liza's New York, New York.
I think she was sitting the whole time. Let's see.
Was she? I just wonder how, if she's... Because she used to be able to really belt it, and sing great. I'm wondering if
she had some pipes on her, is what you're saying.
Yeah. Now, she's standing up in the picture. And it looks like she's singing and standing up in the picture.
Stood up for her, her bow or something.
Thank you. I'm so...
You sending it to me?
It
won't
not
do
loading.
it. No.
Sorry.
You can't just copy and paste it.
So, are men smarter at science?
At science?
Than women?
No.
Well, men think they are.
Well, men think they are a lot of things.
It's no secret that men are overrepresented in certain technical disciplines.
That's true.
So is their self-confidence, a new study suggests. The study, published this week in the Journal of Advances in Psychology Education, found that male egos eclipse those of women among students asked to compare themselves with their classmates. A male student with an average grade, for example, was predicted to see himself as smarter than 66% of his class. And I'm sure he is, according to this study. A female student with the same grade, so it's just an average grade, said she was expected to see herself as smarter of only 54% of her class. So what it suggests is that men may not be better in these, but they think they are.
Mm-hmm. As with all things.
Yeah. Well, in my case, I know I am, but...
At science?
Oh, no, not at science. No, not at science. It's only because I've never tried. I'm sure I could do it.
Give science a try.
You know, if I tried science, I could do it.
I dabble.
I was wondering about that the other day when I saw Steve over at XL Automotive Repair tear into the seat of my car to fix it. And I thought, why? I just have no aptitude for that, but I wonder if I could do it, if I just put myself to it. I'd like to be able to take apart a car, you know, or dismantle.
Why? You don't have to.
Well,
that's what you have Steve for.
I know, but I think it would be interesting to know how to do it.
I have the utmost confidence in you taking apart a car.
Putting
it back together, that may be...
Yeah. You're right. You know, I'm sure I could take it apart.
I think you'd do fine taking it apart.
Yeah, I think I could take it apart. But, yeah, putting it back together would be the trick.
Carrie, I sent you that.
Yeah, I'm getting there.
Okay.
Is it with Liza?
Liza.
She's sitting down, God bless her.
Thankful I've recovered from my viral infection.
I had to stand up to take my bow.
In time to perform this past weekend with my darling Michael Feinstein.
It's dueling Lizas here.
I hate to disappoint you, my loves. We had a marvelous time with these gorgeous young men walking the runway.
Do people even know who Liza Minnelli is?
She's sitting down, yeah. Yeah, it's what's her name from Elizabeth? Liza, what's the character?
Sitting alone in your room, can't hear music play. Life is a cabaret for show.
Well,
she's Lucille too on Arrested Development.
Yeah,
that's how you
Lucille.
reference it.
She it's her voice. She doesn't have her voice anymore, but she knows how to. It's like Frank Sinatra in his later years.
Yeah,
he didn't. His
sing.
voice was kind of gone,
Yeah.
but he knew how to phrase it and present it and make it entertaining. So.
All right, sports, weather, traffic.
Go Jazz! Then they went and they conquered and they dominated and.
Oh, you know, a sports story too. This is the last year that the Cleveland Indians will have their Chief Wahoo mascot and logo, and then they'll change.
Oh,
they agreed to change it, but they said they wanted to phase it out over a certain period of time.
But the Jazz
there are people still protesting though. They stand outside the stadium saying get rid of Chief Wahoo, but this will be the last year.
But the
You
Jazz,
said that.
They beat Golden State 119-79. It's a big deal, Bill. Shouldn't just be glossed over.
I know it's a big deal. I don't know why you kept sitting there saying, the Jazz.
Because you moved on to the Cleveland Indians.
I only did because you kept going, the Jazz.
They will be on the road tonight in Portland, also on the road tonight. Real Salt Lake there in New York. That game is 5 o'clock tonight. Weather, it will be warm, not quite as warm as yesterday, but pretty darn close. 69 for a high. Traffic crash northbound I-15 52nd south off to the left shoulder. Crash southbound I-15 at Beck Street. Left lanes are closed there. Crash northbound US 89 at 3rd North in Kaysville. Crash northbound I-15 at 27th south. Crash northbound I-15 at 128th south. We've got a lot of slowage associated with that crash. That's traffic.
All right.
Boner candidate number 3. I'm a boorish drunk stoner, and I play one on TV. So, former Silicon Valley star T.J. Miller.
Oh yeah.
He's having a bit of a. So he was on a big hit show, Silicon Valley. He was doing well, but he left. Decided, what did he go to?
No, he was fired.
Oh, was he fired?
Yes.
Yeah. And then he was accused of like beating up his girlfriend.
That's why he was fired.
And he's said a lot of stuff in his stand-up routine that people have taken a great offense to. Well, he got so mad when a woman rebuffed his drunken flirting on an Amtrak train, he made a 911 call saying that she had a bomb in her bag, federal authorities say on Tuesday. Miller's alleged prank, he said it was just a prank, prompted a massive police response, caused hours of delays, and landed Mr. Miller in federal custody Monday on charges that carry up to 5 years in prison. The drama started almost as soon as Miller, who is 35, got onto the Amtrak train in Washington, D.C. A worker on the train said he looked tipsy when he took his seat in first class and continued to drink, downing 2 glasses of red wine, double scotch. He flirted with a female passenger who rebuffed his overtures by glaring at him. Miller directed a comment to her about her hair. The comment was unwelcome. She turned to look at Miller in a non-friendly manner. Miller barked at her, saying, "What are you looking at?" Then they got into a screaming match. So he went and called 911 and said, "This lady on the plane on the train has a bomb in her bag."
TJ has some problems.
I would say.
Yeah.
Boner candidate number 3. I'm a boorish drunk stoner, and I play one on TV.
All right, let's review the first 2 and vote.
Boner candidate number 1. Maybe you'll pay up after a little rain, huh? A roofer facing charges for taking back client's unpaid roof. He went and tore it off. Yeah, started tearing it off her house. Boner candidate number 2. Well, that's how we do in bullskin. So, in Pennsylvania, guy was upset with the way the woman cooked his steak, so he stabbed her in the arm with a steak knife. And boner candidate number 3, I'm a boorish drunk stoner, and I play one on TV.
All right. Time to decide who is the worst of these 3, who is the winner of this round 2, and therefore qualified to go forward to Boner Dome for Boner Fight and get that 50-50 chance of becoming Boner of the Day. So, pick a contender, 1, 2, or 3. Put the number, the one you think should win this round, in the message of a text, and text that to 33986. Or you can call, use your voice, 877-602-9696. Or you can go to x96.com, look for the box that says Boner Voting April 11, and vote there. You've got 300 seconds. Let's do it. It's round 2.
John Smith kicks off a 1-hour non-stop music wingding at the conclusion of Radio from Hell on X96.
Your trainer isn't coming in today, is he?
Yeah.
Gina?
Yeah.
Zach?
I guess.
Oh, because I'm worried.
Why?
I lost his pen. I lost the pen.
You
he
had
gave
it
me.
yesterday.
Already?
Yes.
And
I lost it between. See, you see what I mean?
You just had it
I said I
yesterday.
lost his pen, and did you hear the
It was right
the
there.
note? Did you hear the note of attack in her voice? Well, you had it yesterday.
I saw you with it. We talked about your pen yesterday.
And I lost it after that.
So it was in here, and then where did you go?
Let's retrace your steps, Bill.
Let's not.
What'd you do right after the show yesterday?
I know the last time I saw my pen.
Where was it?
At when I was at the grocery store.
I thought
what?
I thought it was a work pen. You take it from
A
here
work
to your
pen?
desk.
What's a work pen?
I don't
Pen
know.
you leave at work.
With your work papers.
I'm just nervous.
Carry your same pen around with you all day. You got a pen in your car.
I carry
you
it
got a
right here,
pen.
and it's gone.
Work pen?
But I'm just.
So you always have a pen at work.
Gina, what would you
take it
possibly do
home.
with a work pen?
No.
Why do you don't need a pen at work? You don't need a pen at work. It's a pen she's had since she was a child. It's never run out of ink.
So
You have pens at home. You have a pen in your car. You have a pen at work. You don't carry the same pen everywhere.
I like that pen.
yeah.
Not enough to keep track of it.
Now, what happens if you take your pen from work home? Does it become a home pen, or is it still designated work pen and you better get it back?
No, because that's traveling twice. You might not
What?
make it back. That's a home pen now.
It's
You
a
gotta
home
get
pen
new
now.
at work.
How you doing, home pen? How you doing, home pen?
I'd like to use this pen. Unfortunately, it's
my
my
home
home pen.
Ed Brass
my
is
home pen.
Ed Brass
Hold on,
is-
let me give you the number. Oh, I only have my home pen here.
Ed Brass has a theory as to where your pen is. He says that it's probably sticking out of the guy's eye socket from the Zappa concert last night.
Yeah. Could be. Well, I just don't want Zach to find out that I lost the pen he gave me.
Well, he knows now.
He's a pen lover like you are.
Yeah.
Pen lover?
Yo,
We have laws against that
yo,
kind of
pen
thing.
lover.
Watch it. Time to award round 2 of your boner voting.
And round 2 of the boner voting is brought to you.
In part by.
In part by?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Brought to you in part by those delicious coconut shrimp tacos and a glass of old medicine.
And Bad Apple. You don't have to meet a creepy guy in a parking lot to get a great deal on a used smartphone. Bad Apple buys, sells, trades, refurbished tablets and phones. Go to badapplerepair.com.
Boner candidate number 1, maybe a pay up after a little rain, huh? Say a roofer who, when a woman said, so I can't pay you right now for the roof in full, he said, well, maybe you'll pay up if I take the roof off and the rain gets into your house. And then he took the roof off. He's been arrested. Boner candidate number 2, well, that's just how we do in Bullskin, okay? If somebody cooks your steak wrong, you stab them in the arm with a steak knife. That's how you do it. And then boner candidate number 3, I am a boorish drunk stoner, and I've played one on TV. T.J. Miller, busted for a drunk bomb threat on an Amtrak train. I looked up the story about him assaulting his ex-college girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty rough stuff.
Yep.
Not a nice man,
nope.
TJ. And let's see, it says here no prize.
No.
And the winner, boner candidate number 3, I'm a boorish drunk stoner, and I play one on TV.
That is your round 2 winner. So that is now candidate number 2 for Boner of the Day. Boner fight happens at 9:20. We'll put it up against the winner of round 1's boner voting and find out then. Things Must Go brought to you by?
Upon qualification, buy a new home with New Dwello's Gift of Equity program. A gift could mean up to $8,740 for the purchase of a new home. Text the word MONEY to 62687.
Things that must go on the radio. From Hell Show.
These are things that are bugging you, our dear friends of the program.
Mm-hmm.
We would love you to send these to us. Send Must Goes to us via email is the best way to do it. Send your email to radiofromhell@x96.com. Put Must Go in the subject line. And then in the body of the text, tell us what's bugging you, what you think must go. Simple enough. And it might make you feel better.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, I'll start. I have one of my own, and I'm going to do this as a must go, but maybe somebody can explain it to me. And
okay.
So I'm pretty sure that you won't know about this, Gina, but I'm pretty sure that when you go into a men's restroom and you use the commode, there's the flip down toilet seat, and there's a break in that toilet seat. So it's just so the toilet seat is just a big ring. It doesn't connect all the way.
Okay, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
That?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that can go. Because I think it's designed for being able to urinate into the commode with the seat still down if you want to. But nobody does that.
No.
You wouldn't do that, and it wouldn't work very well. You'd still probably spray something on the seat.
Okay.
I can think of no other reason that thing is there, and I think I was told once that's why it's there. It should just go.
Okay.
Just have a regular toilet seat with the ring full around.
Okay.
It irritates me every time I see it.
Okay.
All right. Now, this must go. Hello, dear sirs of X96, Radio from Hell. Stars. There we go. My name is Joseph. I'm a Republican, and I love listening to your show every morning. These are my things that must go. Republicans like Jason Chaffetz, who act like the term Democrat is a political equivalent of the Antichrist. People who use the term leftist in a truly abrasive manner. Gross phrases like libutard. Those
I
must
hate
go.
that one.
Just because a Democrat opposes a bill doesn't mean it's a terrible idea. I can't even have a discussion with certain Republicans with whom I agree because of how they lace up their side of the argument with statements of how Democrats are terrible humans. Number 2, Democrats with a similar thought process to the aforementioned Republicans. Everyone at my wife's work is a Democrat except for her. That would be fine, except they get each other riled up, and before the day's gone, they're all talking about how all Republicans are ruining their homes and their lives and the nation. Not all Republicans think Donald Trump is the greatest president. I doubt these Democrats would walk out of a Marvel movie if you knew one half of the crowd was Republican. So why is it hard for them to talk about anything such as Marvel movie without ostracizing Republicans in the room? They start talking about Marvel movies and it gets into the deterioration of the Republicans.
Listen, I never started, okay? But if y'all started, I'll finish it.
So apparently you're talking to Carrie.
If they started, I'll finish it.
Thanks for letting me make mine a Mountain Dew. And Gina, you make the show even more delightful. Let's see. So I don't take up too much time. I'll just do one more of these. How about this one?
All right.
My only thing that must go is the billboard on I-15 heading to Provo that shows a Marine kneeling on one knee with his gun pointed at some unknown target. And the tagline is, Marines, we fight to win. My only thought is, Well, I sure as hell hope so. Does anybody fight to lose? Are other branches of the military not fighting to win? It makes no sense. And who has been questioning the Marines that they needed to clarify this?
Nobody.
I've never been in a fight myself, and admittedly would probably get the crap beaten out of me, but I would still be fighting to win. This sign is useless, and it must go. All right. Gina?
This from, you can use my name, Meredith. Things that must go. Yard sale websites on Facebook where people sell garbage.
Yeah.
No one needs some beat-up stove you're trying to sell for $50. Someone selling the last of her size 2 diapers for $15. Donate it to a shelter.
Yeah.
God,
Yeah.
don't sell that stuff.
Really true.
Yep.
I have one. You guys won't understand this, but
all right.
Makeup that has the color of it on the side of the makeup, and it wears off as you're using it, like the container.
Label. Yeah. Huh?
And you want to buy that same color again, but the label is worn off and you don't know what it is. You should always put the color on the bottom of.
Sure.
Am I making myself
sure.
clear?
No, I understand that.
Yeah.
I would just suggest if that happens often. Does it happen often? Make a note of it.
Yeah,
write just write it
I
down.
like this, but I can't remember what color it is, and it wore off.
Well, write it down.
And then finally, this one, things that must go. Heart hands.
Oh yeah.
I think it's only adorable when Deadpool does it.
Okay. Carrie?
All right. This one, I keep getting, emails and tweets and things like that, and I've even overheard it.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see that Han Solo movie trailer?
Yes.
Yeah, it was
really
pretty cool looking. Yeah, but I'm worried about it.
Don't stop. Shut up.
What? And I say, why are you worried about it? Well, they switched directors. Look, if you didn't know that, you'd go and you'd probably enjoy it anyway.
I didn't know they switched directors.
Yeah.
I'm worried about
Yeah.
it.
No.
And Pablo Hidalgo summed it up great on Twitter. Says, remember as kids in the 80s when we'd take our BMXs down to the old quarry grounds, look for frogs in the nearby bogs, and vigorously debate the implications of Variety's weekly box office Cume reports?
Yeah.
You didn't think about that.
No.
Let the 9-year-old take over in your brain and go see the movie. Don't think about it. This one also from me, people getting upset because I didn't know something about their lives. But I put it on Facebook, they say.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, sorry. Not all of us
How could you have missed that?
Not all of us are there 24/7.
Right.
I'm going to miss it. Yep. Don't be mad that I missed it. Understand that I missed it, and then bring me in. All right?
Well, if post it, Carrie, when you miss it. Make sure you post it.
Yeah, exactly. This one from, please don't use my name. Naming kids Axel. And that's
Axel's a fine name.
That's all.
Well, I don't know about
Seth
that.
Meyers named his baby that was born in the lobby.
Is there a lot of
That's
Axels?
Axel.
Is there like a surge in Axels these days?
I think so.
All right.
Seth Meyer, the baby was born in the lobby of his apartment building. He should have named him, Elevator.
Elevator?
They all have elevators, the apartment buildings, Gina. If you've been in New York, you'd know that. Front desk. Doorman. They should have named him Doorman.
Doorman!
Doorman Myers.
Doorman Stephen Myers, you get over here.
Right. I
Right
think that would.
now.
Wouldn't that be good?
Yeah.
What's wrong with it? Doorman's a perfectly
Doorman.
fine name.
How about, let's see, I know, a front doormat. Doormat. There's a doormat in front of it. No?
No.
All right. And then finally this one from Kelly in Regina, Saskatchewan. I think that's the birthplace of Ryan Reynolds. Trigger warning for Carrie. I don't want him to read this and have the same thing happen to him.
Uh-oh.
All right.
You're brave, Carrie, for going ahead.
Good morning, Lords of Morning Radio. I had a pretty good life up until recently when an event occurred on your show that has impacted me terribly.
Uh-oh.
A few weeks ago, for whatever reason, you discussed the Oak Ridge Boys and played a clip of their song, American Made.
Oh, I know.
This song that I hadn't even thought of for 1 second in the last 30 years. But now I pray for 1 second of sweet relief from it playing over and over in my head. I don't suffer from earworms any worse than the next person, but this song has not only become an earworm, but a ear tapeworm. It has wrapped itself thoroughly throughout my entire body. Please, Radio from Hell, do whatever you can to make this never-ending nightmare stop. Longtime listener of 18 years from Canada, but of course...
My baby is American made, born and bred in the USA, from her silky long hair to her sexy long legs. My baby is American made.
I have to apologize. I'm the one who brought it up because I had heard the song earlier in the morning and was talking about it, and then Carrie had to play it, of course.
Maybe we purged it just now. Maybe.
Kelly, it has been an earworm in my experience as well, and I'm terribly sorry, but there you go. It's just a long-time listener of 18 years in Canada, but of course the show would never work outside of Utah, so there you go.
Things that must go on the radio from Hell Show.
Just a little bit of slowage northbound I-15.
Things that must go on the radio.
The best news that I received in New York, well, the best thing that I learned, okay, is that I never have to go on a cruise again.
Good news, everyone.
That's good. Oh, I know why.
news, everyone.
I know why. Yeah.
Why?
We went out to Liberty Island, and this is the second time now that Sue has gotten seasick.
You go on a ferry out there.
Yeah. One time before is we took a cruise around the bay up in Seattle. She was just completely messed up the rest of that trip. And this time, it was our last day in New York. We went out, and she got seasick and was just miserable the rest of the day.
So
that is some great news. I never will have to go on a cruise. I've been on one. I'm not a cruise guy.
Yeah.
You know, you're
no matter
either
how old you get,
you are a cruise person or you're not a cruise person, and that's all there is to it.
I've never been on a cruise, but I'm worried I would get on a cruise and discover that I am not a cruise
My wife
person.
got quite seasick on a cruise. I think I would enjoy a cruise if it were the right one.
Well, now, see, that's the thing, is that a friend of mine, my friend next door, neighbor, Buckley, he came over and he said, you know, there's this cruise that we go on every year in October that I think you'd have a lot of fun, and you and Sue should come with us. It's a Halloween cruise to Mexico, and people just get rip-roaring drunk, and they're running around in costumes. And I said, well, two things. I don't think so, because that doesn't sound fun.
Yeah.
I'm trapped on a
doesn't
boat
really.
with a bunch of lunkheads.
But there's booze.
And second of all...
That doesn't make everything better.
Yeah, believe it or
Really?
not.
No.
Believe it or not. Because, you know, there are just some people who drink I don't like to be around.
Yeah.
And I'll bet they're the same kind of people who like to dress up in Halloween costumes, you know? I mean, imagine being locked in Port au Call on Halloween for 3 days.
Say no more.
You know?
See, the worst kind of cruise are those. I mean, do you want to go on a booze cruise? You don't.
You don't.
I'm telling you,
It sounds
you don't.
like a good idea.
You just don't want to. Those things that they label as booze cruises.
Didn't you guys go on one in Mexico?
Yeah.
Hawaii.
Hawaii.
Hawaii. We went in
And it was
Hawaii.
terrible.
Yeah.
It was just terrible. But yeah, there's these small cruise companies that are real high end that I think it'd be kind of. Or I'd like to do. There are river cruises where they do cruise adventures on the great rivers of Europe and things like that. I think that'd be, you know,
Now, that'd be okay.
a cruise of the Rhine on a boat with maybe it's like 100 other people or something like that with high end gourmet meals, but they're expensive.
But I have been spared the hardship that is the cruise. So thank you, Sue,
Forever. That's
thank
it.
you, Sue, for being seasick, for being a landlubber. Thank you.
She doesn't have sea legs?
No sea legs. Hey.
Yeah.
24 years ago, Oasis released their debut single, Supersonic.
Oh, never one of my favorites.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry.
Well, anyway.
You know.
All right.
And now.
Just thought I'd, a little something there.
Sure.
Like a little
Nice.
history. That's good.
A little history.
And now.
Yes, is this sponsored?
This is sponsored. It is brought to you by, I think it's Mokie. M-O-K-I-E.
That's what I would say.
Yep. Next Friday is 420, and the only place to be is at the Depot when Mokie lights up the stage. Get your tickets now, and don't miss a night of epic music from Utah's best jam band presented by Live Nation. Tickets are on sale now at smithtix.com, 21 and over show.
That voice that you hear reading that sponsorship is the guy who's also going to do the feature that is sponsored by Mokie at the Depot. It's Corey O'Brien. He's here with a community and concert update. What's going on all week. You can join in the fun at x96.com and see everything he's talking about online. And also, I guess, if you text the word events to 33986, you'll get a weekly update on what's going on.
Yeah, we'll text it to your phone.
Okay.
You don't want to be sitting home. There's
right.
lots going on. Tonight, of course, Dashboard Confessional back in Salt Lake. The infamous Chris Carrabba returns. They're touring on the new album Crooked Shadows. Tomorrow, Low Moon. I think you're giving tickets away for this, right?
We did earlier this morning, yeah.
So they'll be in tomorrow at the State Room. I love that venue. It's like one of the
Staterooms
good
are good,
venues.
yeah.
You can have a drink and watch the show. Like a lot of venues, you're like behind a barricade or something like that. The State Room is just kind of relax. It's
Nice.
chill. I like that place.
Do you know much about Low Moon?
No, we're playing one of their songs.
We are? Oh, okay. Well, let me look
yeah.
for it then.
Corey, we should point out probably that the State Room, and we failed to mention this sometime, we're giving away tickets there. It is a 21 years of age and older venue, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, here's Low Moon.
That's good. Oh, you found it?
You want to hear some Low Moon? This is Low Moon. All right.
It's kind of low. Can you turn it up?
Parallel love.
It's kind of sensual.
Candles all of a sudden were lit all over the room.
You know what, Corey? I want to kiss you right now.
Bring it, you wonderful man.
Where are the scented oils?
I'm picturing you, Corey, in a tub full of bubbles.
Don't do that.
With a glass of wine.
Don't do that.
And I come in.
Don't do that.
It's a fine Chardonnay.
And I say, what are you doing in my tub?
Chardonnay is nice and buttery. Thank you.
This is the wrong address. The Lyft driver took me to the wrong place.
You know what? I like the oaky Chardonnay. Get out!
What?
All right.
Well, I got to say then, if you're going to go see, that State Room, perfect venue.
That would be, yes.
Perfect. If you want to drink someplace else, beer and ballet going on at Ballet West. To first look at their Shakespeare suite, which is kind of a medley of Shakespeare, vignettes, and to the strains of Duke Ellington.
Oh, really?
So it's kind of this
That'd be
hodgepodge of dance and Shakespeare and jazz.
I see why they threw some beer in there, too.
Well, it's a sneak peek.
Yeah.
So I think that's kind of cool.
Sure.
All right. Also, if none of that's your flavor, Sinbad will be at Jordan Landing at Wise Guys.
We got to get him on the show.
He
loves Sinbad.
People make fun of Sinbad, and they shouldn't because he's still really funny.
Well, you remember, we made fun of Sinbad a lot, and then I don't know when he was in town. This was several years ago. I don't know if somebody told him that, or we just had him scheduled to be on the show, and we told him.
I think it was Keith. I think it was Keith saying, you need to meet him.
These guys, but somebody told him that these guys are always giving you a hard time, and so he came in and said, "You guys give me a hard time." We said, "Yeah, we do." And then he just wowed us.
He was hilarious.
He was great on the show.
He just hung out and was very funny.
He's a professional comedian.
Yeah. He's big man, as I recall.
And that's cool. My dad says he really likes that new location of Wise Guys out at Jordan Landing. He lives out there. He says it's fantastic.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, it's cool. Friday night, Judas Priest.
Oh.
At the Viv. You've got another thing coming, Bill.
At the Viv?
At the Viv. That's what we call it now.
Is it going to be echoey?
Turbo Lover.
I asked around.
Will people go to the show a lot?
Oh, yeah.
I think Judas Priest.
Yeah.
Now, was that? Oh, I don't want to bring it up.
It's always they always put on an entertaining show, and it's Rod Halford. He's the showman.
Yeah, that's right.
So Friday night. Also, Friday the 13th at Castle of Chaos.
Oh, yeah.
So if you can't wait for Halloween.
What, is your kid a performer in it?
No, it's he's at Fear Factory. But the Fear Factory's doing a thing, too. I don't know if it's this week. Let me look at my calendar because I know I have it on there.
All right. I'm sure it's Friday the 13th.
Yeah, you don't want a Friday the 13th to go to waste.
No,
we'll come back to you.
Yeah, okay.
Saturday, of course, Utah Royals FC taking on the Chicago Red Stars at Rio Tinto.
Yep.
Go cheer them on. Utah Symphony is doing Whole Lot of Shakin'. They'll be doing Elvis and
Johnny Cash, I understand.
Cash
the symphony?
Yeah.
Really?
The symphony, yeah.
Yeah, they have a singer who sounds like these performers.
A lot of like
apparently.
southern rock and country stuff. Gonna mix
All
that
right.
in there. So
Yeah.
Whole Lot of Shakin'. Monday, Clownvis.
Whovis?
Clownvis.
Clownvis. He
now
was
this-
on America's Got Talent.
Now, this
And-
isn't
No, is
Puddle's
the-
Pity Party.
This
is
isn't
it?
Puddle's Pity Party.
Not that I'm aware of. It's just
Okay.
Clownvis, but he's the clown that does Elvis.
All right.
And
That's-
there's a famous
then the
clip on
name
him
makes
on
sense.
America's Got Talent where he got roasted by all of them, then roasted back Sharon Osbourne. Said that she got, like, I guess some of Ozzy's secondhand, whatever Ozzy does. And it all went down
Yeah,
from there.
Clownvis Presley.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And that's actually going to be at Rye. So it'll be kind of like dinner theater. You can go and order dinner and have drinks, and Clownvis does his thing.
No, I've not been to Rye. I tried to go there once, and I was off hours or something. It was closed.
It's good. I went there for lunch.
It's good food.
Yeah,
and
had a burger. It was good.
Okay.
I liked it.
I can go twice as high. Take a look, it's in a book, a reading rainbow.
This is Clownvis doing the Reading Rainbow theme.
They can go anywhere.
It sounds like me doing the Reading Rainbow theme.
Well, he's just, imagine an Elvis impersonator in clown makeup.
I can picture that without looking it up.
It's essentially that.
So
yeah, it is. It is. Fear Factory is in fact doing two shows this weekend, Friday and Saturday. Okay. Fear Factory.
Yeah, that'll be cool. The Breeders will be at the Complex on Monday as well.
Wow.
Yeah, they have a new album. Yeah, still around. Cannonball. Love that. And then I was talking about this yesterday. Downham Dart. It's a new place that opened up in Draper, and it's like paintball but with Nerf guns. They have a huge arsenal of Nerf guns, and they're doing family night, 4 for $25. So you can go, I don't know,
Shoot up your
shoot your
family?
kids. Yeah.
How do you keep track of points? I mean, with the laser tag, there's the thing.
I don't know how they do that, but I was looking at their website, and their arsenal of Nerf gear is pretty impressive.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
Wow.
they've got big guns, small guns, just depends what kind of
They probably
firepower you're into.
They probably make you wear eye protection and stuff like
bet.
that, though, right?
Boring,
That's boring.
Yeah, I don't want to wear eye
Eyesight's
protection.
so boring.
I don't want to wear
Boring.
eye protection, but I guess I have to.
All right. So Judas Priest and Nerf darts this week. That's my two main picks.
The big picks?
That's my
That's
mix.
your
right there.
recommends,
That's
huh?
my recommends.
All right. Thank you, Corey. Text the word events to 33986. You'll also get all that information that you can save on your phone, and it's also available at x96.com.
Great. Thank you.
And Puddle's Pity Party is in June, so. Sorry.
It's another clown
Another
thing.
clown singer.
It's another clown singer.
Another one of them damn clown singers.
All right.
We're lousy with them.
Coming up, we got Boner Fight. Stand by for that. Also, tickets to see Kiefer Sutherland.
Yeah.
And his,
Park City Live.
And his band. Is it called the Kiefer Sutherland Band, or what is it?
I don't know.
I don't know. Anyway, coming up.
On this week's edition of Meet the Bands, we talk with Tim from Rise Against. We talk Straight Edgers. We talk their new song, House on Fire. And we talk about his original band, Baxter. If you haven't checked it out, check out Meet the Bands wherever you get podcasts, or you can find it right now at x96.com.
Gina's back. So anyway,
No,
so anyway,
Carrie walked in and he said, "You're walking like some of your."
You're walking like somebody who had their guts ripped out.
you're walking like your insides are all wrong.
Because she was doing this.
Yeah.
And I started to tell Carrie, and then I said, "Wait, I'll tell you on the radio." What you should never do is go on message boards about surgery or.
You should never go on message boards about anything. I don't care if it's the Incredible Hulk or surgery.
Well,
You just don't.
You know what you should do?
Yeah.
But you're curious, you want to hear what other people's experiences are and what their recovery is, and
what happened?
And well, before the surgery, I went on a message board and somebody was asking the question, well, what fills in the hole where they take out what they take out? And
there's a hole there.
Well, the response was.
Well, now
the response was
the uterus is what we're talking about.
Yes.
And Gina
Gina's uterus weighed 43 pounds,
It's
which
true.
is
Amazing.
It was the size of a medicine ball.
It was prize winning.
I'm a size 2 now because no, but they remove it, and the way the person in the message board explained it is, well, it's pictured just having a big bowl of spaghetti and just taking a big scoop out of the bowl of spaghetti. It just kind of fills in where the hole is.
But that just takes a second.
Like spaghetti.
Kind of goopy.
You just watch the spaghetti fill in. It just takes a second.
Like biscotti.
So this is what I'm picturing my insides are like, a big bowl
Is
of
biscotti. Well, they're
bowl of
very much
spaghetti.
like that. Yeah. You know, surgeons train on spaghetti. Yeah, you didn't know that?
They do meatball.
They do.
Delicious
They do.
marinara sauce.
They do. That's why there's so many
And
fat
then-
doctors.
And then they all have lunch. Well, we've trained on the spaghetti. Let's eat it.
Yeah.
This is what I'm picturing when they're wheeling me into surgery.
And you know what they did with your uterus?
Lunch.
Yeah.
Spaghetti.
There's lunch. Who brought the marinara?
And so also on the message board you look at, what's recovery like for this.
Well, I'm sure it's different for everyone.
Exactly.
And
Oh, no. I'm sure it's speedy and efficient.
It's different for everyone, but the worst one will be
on the message
what
board.
Gina has.
Well, I mean, it can't be the worst because I'm back to work now.
There will be people. There have to be people on the message boards who say, "Oh, I was cleaning my house 3
The
days
next
later."
day, yeah, there's that.
Why I ran a marathon.
Right. and then there's it's been 3 months and I still feel like crap, and usually the truth is somewhere in between.
Can we use the term vaginal prolapse in any?
I don't know.
Is that do we need to use that term?
We shouldn't.
Somebody's posted it. I don't think we
That's
should.
the thing that happens to the women that have 15 babies.
Oh.
And
Ooh.
That
the
doesn't
uterus climbs out on its own.
That ain't no damn good.
That's what that is.
That's where that needs to be fixed.
But it's nice to be back. I missed you guys.
$9:21 right now. We do have boner fight coming up, but first, a little bit of news.
A little bit of news brought to you by the Roommate Loan by American Loans. It's a loan that allows up to 4 friends or roommates combine their income and buy a home together. Buy a $300,000 home and your payment's about $1,700. Divide that by 4 roommates. You pay only $425 and it's your home. Call 800-NEW-LOAN or go to AmericanLoans.com.
Well, I don't know why there's been so much of this lately.
What?
Brooklyn. A woman's dismembered body.
Lots of dismemberments lately.
Found in a Brooklyn park.
It's spring.
Is it the season for dismemberment?
Oh, yeah, it's just not in the winter.
I thought spring was the season for defenestration. No?
No.
A woman's dismembered body found in a park in Brooklyn Monday. According to the New York Police Department official, the woman's head and torso were found about 15 feet off of a walkway in Canarsie Park. The body was naked, face down, no legs or arms attached to it. It was found under shrubbery, not clear whether it had been deliberately placed there to conceal it. A passerby saw the body, went home, called the cops, returned to the park to direct officers where they'd seen it. They don't know how long it had been there. They don't know. They don't have any clues. Also, a guy who lived in the area said, I saw that when I was walking my dog. I thought it was a doll, and I didn't call the cops.
So it's been there a while.
Yeah, I didn't see any legs. I don't recall if I saw any arms, he said, but the torso was small, so I thought it was a doll. I just left and continued on my walk. But the police really don't know what's going on with that case. We don't know what's going on in the Bill Cosby case really either, because he's now in front of a jury, and things are not going well. Bill Cosby's lawyers began a combative defense of the entertainer at his retrial on sexual assault charges, portraying Mr. Cosby as a lonely victim of a desperate con artist with financial problems who's steadily working her famous mark for a big payday. Rudy! Thomas A. Mesereau Jr.
Yeah, but you're one out of dozens of women, so you say that about...
Well, that is not germane to the case. This is the case. Now, they may have ruined the case yesterday. I don't know what's going to happen today.
Who may have ruined?
Cosby's lawyers. Because one of them said, was questioning someone and said, are you aware of that Mr. Cosby has been tried on this charge before? And I think the witness said yes. And said, are you aware that there was a mistrial, that they couldn't find him guilty? And the prosecutor jumped up and said, objection.
Yeah, you can't do that.
And the judge said, yes, both of you approached the bench.
Mm-hmm.
And there was some discussion, and there's a thought that maybe that ruined the case. They'd have to dismiss. And you know that lawyer did that on purpose.
Yes,
rather than now the lawyer's trying to claim that I didn't mean to say that. I didn't mean to go that far.
Sure.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Sure.
Sometimes you just have to try your best.
No, you're not trying your best.
You see, that's right. Aretha Bradley was eating lunch at a restaurant in Flint, Michigan, when she saw on Facebook that the state of Michigan would soon stop delivering bottled water to residents of Flint.
Why, have they fixed the water problem and everything's great there?
Well, Ms. Bradley hurriedly finished her meal, got in her car, drove as fast as she could to the water distribution site. Lots of other people had the same idea. It was car after car trying to pick up water to stockpile the water while it was still available. The state of Michigan has announced that the quality of Flint's water has been restored and that the water is safe to drink, as safe to drink as it is in other big cities. It also said the state government would no longer provide bottled water to city residents. Now, the city residents of Flint, they're suspicious of this.
Yeah, of course.
And you can't blame them. So I don't know where it will go from there, but
I would want some proof that it's been fixed.
Well, what proof do you need? If government officials say it's true, it is. President Trump is trying to block sex assault accuser Summer Zervos from having her day in court by asking a panel of judges to stay her defamation case. Lawyers for the former Apprentice contestant said in a court paper filed Tuesday, Trump wants to put the case on hold pending his appeal of Manhattan court judge ruling last month that he must face the claim because he's not above the law. But they're trying to get that just sort of put on hold. And if you get that, if you can stall it like that, it'll stay. It could stay stalled for quite a long time.
Listen, I've got this Stormy Daniels thing I got to deal with.
Yeah, how do you keep it all?
My attorney is, in trouble. Jeff Sessions, Michael Flynn. I got all these other problems.
No, Kerry, there are no problems.
There are no problems.
Everything's great.
Listen to this. I can't read the whole thing, but listen to the beginning of this editorial that the New York Times just did. Why don't we take a step back and contemplate what Americans and the world are witnessing right now?
Okay.
Early Monday morning, FBI agents raided the New York office, home, and hotel room of the personal lawyer for the President of the United States. They seized evidence of possible federal crimes, including bank fraud, wire fraud, campaign finance violations related to payoffs made to women, including a porn actress who say they had affairs with the president before he took office and were paid off and intimidated into silence. That evening, the president surrounded himself with the top American military officials and then launched unbidden into a tirade against the top American law enforcement officials of his own government, accusing them of attack on our country. There's more. His former campaign chairman is under indictment.
None of it matters.
Everything's fine.
None
This
of
This
it.
is your president, ladies and gentlemen. This is how Donald Trump does business, and these are the kinds of people he surrounds himself with.
And people don't care. They don't care.
Well, the people who
support
voted,
him
who supported,
don't
but
care.
I believe that they are becoming fewer in number.
I hope you're right, because I don't see the evidence of it.
No.
I hope you're right.
I think they are becoming few. When you have the conservative think tank people, they're influential in the long run, and they don't like him.
You know what they like? The weather. It's great today.
Yeah.
69 for a high, partly sunny, warm, lovely. Brought to you by Wednesday the 18th is Free Real Estate Seminar Day. Learn how to start, presented by Aaron Haga of Stonebrook Real Estate. Attendees receive free refreshments, one-on-one consultation to design your own investment plan. To sign up, go to info@stonebrook.com.
It's Boner Fight with Radio from Hell on X96.
Now, these are the two boners for the fight. I don't know if you should... I don't know how seriously you should take this, because I got this email from... let's see, what's his name? Jeremy Whittier. I was listening the other day, and you guys mentioned that where do most people get their news? And a bunch of people mentioned that they get it from Bill Allred. However, a boner candidate was Conor McGregor, and you guys completely botched it and didn't care to get the facts right. I love UFC, and when I heard the story, I was frustrated listening to it. Makes me wonder how often you guys screw up reporting the news. Maybe some people shouldn't get their news from just you. I hope they don't. They should listen to Sean Hannity and Alex Jones. I hope they don't just listen to them.
But that has nothing to do with
nothing
what
to do
we're
with
voting
this.
for
Yeah.
now.
I hope, well, it does, because you shouldn't pay attention to these boners, maybe. But number one, Senator, we run ads. That's all of the senators, or most of the senators, trying to question Mark Zuckerberg about Facebook, and most of them didn't seem to know much about the internet even. And boner candidate number two, I am a boorish drunk stoner, and I play one on TV. T.J. Miller busted for a drunk bomb threat on an Amtrak train.
All right, there you go. You've got to decide which one of these two is the worst, which one deserves to be boner of the day for April 11th. 1 or 2. Remember your candidate number. Put that number in the message of a text. Text that to 33986. You can call 877-602-9696. Nick will take your vote to the producer's booth. Or go to x96.com and look for the box that says Boner Fight April 11 and vote there. If you don't see that box, refresh. It should appear. Only 4.5 minutes. Let's go. It's Boner of the Day.
X96 is Utah's original alternative with a 1-hour nonstop music wingding coming up right after Radio from Hell.
The mayor of Salt Lake has joined us here. It's Ralph Becker, and there's bad blood here, Mayor Becker.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Mayor,
You know what? You know what it is? I'm hurt.
It's bad blood
I'm
here.
hurt.
The worst thing you can do is when you accept a gift from a woman, not use it.
When I'm visiting with her.
Yeah,
Yes,
especially.
exactly.
Yeah.
Hell hath no fury like a barbary scorned.
I went all the way to Dillard's and bought you a tie.
All the way to Dillard's.
All the way to Dillard's and bought you a tie.
That's a good, mile? 2 from your house, right?
I know what deep trouble is, and here I am. And, but I do want you to know, I have been wearing your tie regularly and proudly and advertising where I got it. Yeah,
See
right.
this? See this?
Yeah.
Gina Barbarian.
Is it getting deeper?
Easy to say.
Now, Mayor Becker, our producer Richie says he sent. I thought he had called you, but apparently he sent an email to your office saying, "You may want to wear the tie
Oh, God,
when
I
you come to
didn't
sing."
get
See, you didn't
And
get
there's
it.
Mayor Becker going, I have an email address? What the?
Ralph Becker. Now we should say that Gina bought him a tie because you were tired of seeing him wear
This tie, the
Oh,
tie he's wearing right now. Because every time I got a mailer from you while you were campaigning, different pictures, but same tie. And I was concerned that people were going to think you only had one tie. I was worried about you.
You want to know how to get her, Mayor Becker? You want to know how to get her?
Yeah,
Look at her
need
very
advice.
seriously and say, "This tie was given to me by my dead mother."
Something like that.
You know, or
You know, the thing is that this is a Jerry Garcia tie, and I don't think my mother knows
No.
Jerry Garcia or knew him. I
It
should
was
say.
that nice Garcia fellow who lived down the street.
Yeah,
He used to
right.
sell us squash.
Mayor Becker, great. How's it going? I mean, are you enjoying being the
Made
mayor?
the transition and everything.
I'm having a great time. I've got great people around me working. The city's been so responsive. Everyone's jumping in to do things we need to do. So I'm feeling great.
I want to applaud you, by the way, for taking a bold stance and making what I think is one of the most significant moves I've ever seen a mayor make, and that is get rid of that ugly logo that Rocky Anderson had, and go back to the traditional city logo. I'm actually serious.
Bill really likes that logo.
I like the traditional logo, that mountainy kind of. That was a dumb logo for Salt Lake.
It's the important issues Bill pays attention to.
Well, I realize these are symbols of the city, so there is importance there. It was really just a matter of personal preference, and as I mentioned when someone asked me about it, he said, "Why'd you do it?" And I said, "Well, someone came to us and said you need to pick a logo for the city, and we'll develop one for you." And I said, "Well, I don't want to spend city's money to get a new logo." So we looked back at what was available. Really liked that one of the city county building. Thought it was very distinguished, and
Yeah, it's kind of formal looking, and I think it represents you. I mean, you're a planner kind of a guy who likes detail, and that logo somehow says to me, it's, I don't know how to say what I'm saying here.
I got you.
It's a very. It looks like it was done by an engineer, or something.
Well, I don't know. I think it looks good, and obviously represents the city. So.
Bill, and of course, Gina on X96.
All right, it's 9:36. Time to award Boner of the Day.
And the Boner of the Day is brought to you by...
In part.
I'm sorry.
In part.
I am sorry. In part by delicious coconut shrimp tacos.
And don't miss Kiefer Sutherland in concert with special guest Rick Brantley Wednesday, April 18th at Park City Live. Purchase your tickets at parkcitylive.net.
So number one was Senator, we run ads. This is Mark Zuckerberg giving testimony to the senators yesterday particularly zeroing in on Orrin Hatch, who said, when Zuckerberg said, well, Facebook is free. Well, if it's free, how do you make money? And everybody kind of
Silence.
suppressed a laugh and said, well, Senator, we run ads. Oh, that's wonderful. That's great. So those guys are so out of it, most of them. Dick Durbin was good, and that Kennedy guy was good. And then boner candidate number 2, I am a boorish drunk stoner. T.J. Miller, who I guess has talent.
He can be funny.
But he's
a mean, awful drunk.
He's got a dark side that is just going to destroy his career and his life.
Kind of looks that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was number 2. Elaine won tickets to go up and see Kiefer. I wonder if he sings.
He does.
Yeah.
Oh, like that?
And apparently it's country music.
Maybe Elaine doesn't want the tickets. Country music, huh?
Yeah.
Anyway, the winner, boner candidate number 2, T.J. Miller. I'm a boorish drunk stoner. Yeah.
That surprised me, but there you go. That's now your candidate for Wednesday, April 11th. That is the boner of the day. Candidate for boner of the week now. That happens on Friday at about this time.
Carrie, I sent you some kefir.
Kefir.
Could you roll me some kefir?
No.
Just roll me up one. I'd like a. I've got matches if you. It sounds.
I don't know.
It sounds like a drug or a yogurt drink.
What did you send me?
Some kefir.
Is that not what I
Can't
said?
you smell
it? I'm setting it up now.
Kiefer Sutherland's band live.
Oh, this is his band?
And what is the name of the band?
Kiefer Sutherland's band.
Okay.
Shirley Jean, I hope this finds you good.
That's hard to tell.
I wanted to write, didn't know if I should.
Okay.
So many years now that I've lost what is written.
This isn't fair.
Other things and some of the stuff.
This isn't fair because it's all obviously recorded by somebody standing there with their phone or something.
Yeah.
So that's not really a fair representation.
Here's an official video.
Okay,
that'll be
now that would
Send
be
me an official video.
Okay.
something that would be
Here you go.
actual Kiefer Sutherland's band. And where are they playing? Up in Park City somewhere?
Park City Live.
Okay.
All right, let's see.
Here, try that.
So this is an official video. Huh?
Yeah, it says it right on it.
Official video?
Official.
If there's a commercial with it, play the commercial too.
All right.
I want to hear that. See what
we got. Nope, no commercial.
Okay.
That means it's not popular enough. All right.
I need to cut back on the bass a little.
You're going to tell Kiefer what to do?
Well, yeah.
I don't think you should.
I'm composing an email right now.
Walking in the wrong direction. No, I should be walking home. Smart enough to know much better. Ain't tough enough to be alone.
I don't think I would have said this was Kiefer.
Yeah.
Can't stay away.
I kind of like this.
Got me wrapped around your finger.
Fanger. He did the fanger.
He did say fanger.
Fanger.
You fill the night with conversation, then turn the daylight dark. Oh,
Remember Lost Boys? Or, I mean, what was the road trip one?
The road trip.
The road trip one?
The kids that go looking for the dead body.
Oh, Stand By Me.
Stand By Me.
can't stay away.
It's not horrible, I guess.
No, I like it.
He
okay.
can sing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got a unique quality to his voice.
Yeah.
He sings in that same gravelly way that he talks.
Good for Kiefer.
It's good, it's good for him to have a bar band, I think. A band that will keep him in the environs that he really appreciates.
we pay him in scotch.
Sure.
That's all.
Yeah.
That's how we pay Bill too. It works out.
Well, and you give me a cut of the door, which I really appreciate.
Cut of the door.
I get a cut of the door too. I get bourbon and I get a cut of the door. I'm happy.
All
And it's, it's 70-30. I understand that. I only get 30, but I got enough friends. We can collect. I used to work at places that did that.
Oh, yeah.
That you had a band, and that's what they worked for. They
still do it.
They didn't pay the band anything. They just give them a cut of the door.
So you try to get a bunch of your friends to come.
Yeah, and pay $20 to see it, and you get. And I think the one I did was 70-30. The house got to keep 70% of the door. You give the band 30, and it was never much.
Oh, we got both kinds. We got country and western.
Exactly.
All right. We'll take a break. We'll be back. Hang on.
This is very important.
X96 is your home for non-stop music. We give you a 1-hour non-stop music wingding 3 times a day.
Nobody around here has been eating lead paint chips.
At 10 a.m., right after Radio from Hell, at 1 p.m. while you're listening in the workplace, and at 4:30 for your drive home.
Doesn't make much sense to me either.
1-hour non-stop music wingdings 3 times a day at 10, 1, and 4:30.
I am not impressed.
Only on X96.
Make money while making a difference. Earn up to $400 this month and make life better for patients right here in our community by donating plasma. Plasma is the essential ingredient for products crucial to treating patients suffering from a host of life-threatening conditions. Choose us. Donate plasma at CSL Plasma today, and you can make money while making a difference. Earn up to $400 this month. Call 866-CSL-6800 or visit cslplasma.com today to find a donation location near you.
Does your insurance company seem a little robotic?
Here at Insurance Corporation, we experience pride in producing plans suitable for 87.023% of the entire population.
When it comes to protecting your future, no one can replace a human. At Farm Bureau Financial Services, we sit down with you for a super check and together create a plan that's right for you. It's your future. Let's protect it. Talk to a Farm Bureau agent today or visit alversusagent.com.
We're here with Chuck, founder of Dollar Loan Center. Chuck, why is DLC so popular with the millennials?
I guess it really starts with don'tbebroke.com. Millennials are extremely tech savvy and pretty much handle all their business on their smartphones and other devices. They don't want to bother taking a Lyft or an Uber to a brick and mortar location when they can knock out their entire loan in minutes online and have the money deposited right into their checking account or on their debit card.
So what else makes Dollar Loan Center their spot?
I think it's the speed. We have a simple 4-step application online and have a chat feature available to help them out in real time. They also don't have to ask their parents. It's confidential. Their data is safe and secure. And the real secret sauce?
Drum roll, please.
Absolutely no human interaction necessary.
Now you're talking. No eye contact. Apply online at don'tbebroke.com and get up to $5,000 in just minutes. Get your funds directly deposited into your account. Make your payments online and handle the entire transaction right from your phone.
Registered with the Utah Department of Financial Institutions according to the Utah Consumer Code, Section 70C and Title 7. Customer must meet the normal loan qualifications. Certain limitations may apply. Loans are subject to approval.
The Army National Guard is committed to keeping the country safe and our communities secure. Composed of hundreds of thousands of citizen soldiers from all walks of life, the Guard is always ready to respond to local or national emergencies. We protect the homeland. We're always there when called upon, and in every state and territory, we stand guard for our communities. To learn more, log on to nationalguard.com. Sponsored by the Utah Army National Guard. Aired by the Utah Broadcasters Association and this station.
Teleperformance wants you. They're looking for career-minded individuals like you to join their team of customer service and insurance agents in Sandy. They'll pay for your training and licensing. They have competitive pay, referral bonuses, excellent benefits, and paid time off. Take the first step to the career that you've always wanted. To apply in person, walk in Monday through Friday from 9 to 3 at 8550 South 1300 East in Sandy, or apply online at teleperformance.com. That's teleperformance.com.
Friday the 13th is almost here. Time to visit Fear Factory and Castle.
Video from Hell with Kerry Jackson, Bill Allred, and Gina Barberi on X96.
Right.
If you follow the news, things are not good.
Don't. La.
Just got this breaking report. Dick Clark passed it along. A report says Syrian military personnel are moving to Russian bases over concern of an imminent U.S. strike on those bases. The president has said pretty much, look out, our really good, smarter missiles are coming.
Listen, whenever presidents are wartime presidents, they're very popular. My popularity will rise, and you'll forget all about these investigations.
Mm-hmm.
This is, I think this is a unique situation in our history.
Yes, it is. Well, I mean, it was from day one.
And it's not, and it's unique in not a great way.
No. You're just saying that because you hate him.
I'm surprised people aren't maybe a little. I mean, people who don't care for him are not more concerned.
Did you know that Chuck Schumer and Amy Schumer are related?
Yeah, we talked about that once. Yep. I heard Amy Schumer say that she really doesn't like doing movies and would prefer to do stand-up.
Oh, really?
Mostly stand-up.
She's got a new movie coming out next week, I think.
I know, but she said I don't care for it that much.
Did you know that Emily Blunt is Stanley Tucci's sister-in-law?
Sister-in-law.
Mm-hmm.
That's a really a useless and not fascinating fact. Not fascinating at all.
No?
No. I adore Emily Blunt, though. I mean, when I really started to like her was that Tom Cruise movie that nobody could, figure the name of.
Mm-hmm. Kill, die, repeat, do it over again, and then we'll kill you again.
Was an excellent movie, and she was just. That's when I really went, oh man, I like that person.
They're working on a sequel to that.
They should.
Mm-hmm.
It was very well done, except Bill Paxton won't be in it.
Yeah, that's true. Did you see that James Franco's star on the Walk of Fame was...
Somebody
defaced?
Mm.
Like for the sexual harassment stuff?
No, they just
don't like his acting.
Who knows what it's about, because they just underneath his name in red or pink pen they wrote douche.
Well,
I mean,
maybe they're just saying he needs to.
And it's not even big. It's just like small underneath his name.
Did you know that Christian Bale, do you know who his stepmom is? Gloria Steinem.
Again, really not interesting at all, Gina.
No?
No.
Not even a little bit?
Nope. Not in the slightest.
You didn't know that.
I'm interested, Gina. What else have you got?
Yeah, you see who you're attracting? Him.
Just trying to get away from World War III.
Gina, there's no way to avoid it.
Sure there is.
No, there is not.
I'm focusing on the fact that
Find a rock.
Julia Roberts and Emma Roberts.
Find a rock and crawl under it. I mean, I understand being overloaded by it, but you shouldn't choose to ignore it. I just wonder what day the missiles are going to go.
Don't.
And what will be the...
It's going to happen.
Yeah.
Stop.
Hi, I'm John.
Hi, John Smith.
John, you're not helping.
It's human nature. It's people with a stick are going to poke somebody else with a stick. That's just
keep your stick to yourself.
Just what's going to happen.
We've got the biggest stick, the best stick, and we know how to poke.
It's two
bunch of children. It's a bunch of children.
That's what it seems like.
It's the two biggest kids on the block. Did you not see Red Dawn in 1984? Wolverines.
Wolverine was in that?
Wolverines forever.
Oh, see, I stepped out of the conversation until you said it was a comic book character in it. Now I'm back.
I think Wolverine should have been in Red Dawn. That would have been awesome.
It would have been over
Speaking
in 5 minutes.
Speaking of Wolverine, it's the
who?
The
what?
Actor Wolverine.
Hugh Jackman?
It's Hugh Jackman's wedding anniversary today. 22 years he and Deb have been married.
Gina, let me just say this. You, of all people, who kept saying Trump will never be president,
I'm the only person that said
should be paying attention.
I am paying attention. I'm saying it's affecting my mental health.
I called President Trump, by the way, really early on. I knew it was.
What did he say when you called
Yeah,
him?
what?
Well, he's like, hey, how's it going?
Uh-huh.
Hey, how's it going?
Okay.
It's pretty good.
I'm Wolverine! I'm Sabretooth! Wolverine!
There it is.
Wolverine! Sabretooth! Wolverine! Sabretooth! You can't get me on Wolverine! I'm Sabretooth! Pack it in, you know I'm working nights.
So happy anniversary.
There it is, right there. That's the world situation.
He is the greatest showman.
I still haven't seen that.
Me neither.
So I'm on the plane coming back from Hawaii, and I'm looking at the options.
Yes.
Oh, you guys are going to hate me.
Well.
What?
They had new releases. They had The Greatest Showman on there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What'd you watch? Out with it.
Did they have Grease?
Close.
Yeah.
How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days.
Oh, jeez.
I don't even know what that
Look at
is.
She tea kettled herself.
That's Matthew McConaughey.
See that? She tea kettled herself.
And I've seen it twice.
Why would you do?
Because you want to know what I watched
Because you
before
are a simple
that?
person. What?
No, I watched Phantom Thread, and I hated it.
You hated Phantom Thread?
Oh, my God, I hated it.
Why'd you watch it? Why didn't you just turn it off? You can do that.
Because I heard, the twist. You got to stay for the twist. And I'm like, I hate this, but I'm staying for the twist.
What's the twist?
I can't tell you.
Sure.
No spoilers.
Oh, tell us.
No.
I don't plan on seeing it.
I'm not going to go see it because I heard it was terrible. Somebody told me it was terrible just recently. Somebody told me it was terrible.
I'm like, that's the
It was
twist?
somebody who was on a plane and saw it and told me it was terrible.
When did it come out?
Oh,
recent?
It was a
months
Academy Award nominated.
Several months ago. I love that director too, and I'm not going to go see it.
I finally saw Doctor Strange last night. I hadn't seen that one yet.
You know, that's my daughter's favorite movie.
Really?
Oh my God, she loves that movie.
That was weird.
Do you want me to quickly tell you the twist? Spoiler alert for Phantom
tune
Thread.
out if you haven't seen
Phantom Thread.
All right.
Spoiler alert. What's the twist?
He can only be nice when she purposefully makes him sick by giving him poisonous mushrooms, which he asks her to do. Make me sick and then take care of me, and I'll be nice if you're taking care of me. The only time I can be nice is if I'm sick and you're taking care of me.
I know
chicks.
Chicks,
John.
I know,
Really?
I know chicks like that.
Really? Chicks?
Chicks and dudes, man.
I'm Sabretooth! Wolverine! Sabretooth!
I should have watched The Greatest Showman.
I don't get that twist at all. I don't know. It doesn't make sense.
He's an ass.
Yeah.
And one time he gets sick,
Mhm.
and she takes care of him, and he turns nice for a little bit. So she periodically slips him poisonous mushrooms to make him sick, so he's nice.
Mm-hmm.
But then he starts asking her to do it. Yeah, you're right. I'm really only nice when I'm sick. So go ahead and don't kill me or anything, but just make me sick once in a while.
Now I understand. Now I understand.
Huh.
Well, it's
like
unique.
It's like reverse Munchausen kind of syndrome.
It's unique.
That's screwed up. All right.
And I gave you plenty of warning that I was going to tell you that. So.
All right. Let's do the promo and get out of here.
I heard it was awful.
I hated it.
Somebody on a plane told me they hated it.
All right.
On Thursday's Radio from Hell show.
At 6:45, Geek News on the radio.
7 a.m., Beat Gina arcade trivia for Utah Royals tickets.
At 7:45, Sean Means will review Rampage and the other films that are opening this weekend.
And then at 8, we'll give you a keyword to win Stone Temple Pilot tickets.
That's Thursday's Radio from Hell show on X96.
All right.
Yeah,
It's not just Stone Temple Pilots. It's Stone Temple Pilots, The Cult, and Bush.
Yeah.
It's going to be a great show.
I'll never go see Phantom Thread. I heard somebody on a plane say they hated it. So it was really terrible.
Yep.
And the twist wasn't worth it, they said.
All right. Is that good enough?
Yep.
What do you have, John?
I have tickets to stuff to give away.
You don't? You have no idea?
No, I do. I have the Bush Colt and Stone Temple Pilots tickets and something else. Oh, Beck tickets at 11.
Oh, Beck tickets.
Yes.
All right. Live long and prosper, bitches.
Don't you know who I am?
We play Bill and bourbon and a cut of the door.
John Smith is next.
Please keep listening.
A 1-hour nonstop music wingding starts now. Utah's original alternative, X96.